Good morning. It's 7 a.m. on Wednesday, February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day to all you lovebirds out there. Today in Baton Rouge, expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 68. In hour one of today's show, we'll recap the Mardi Gras holiday and talk some New Orleans Saints. And T-Bob Hebert decided to rejoin the show. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. OTB Wednesday. Valentine's Day is here laid out. Hope you're having a great day. Pumped to be back here in the studio. Ton of fun yesterday in New Orleans for Fat Tuesday. Shout out to everyone for Valentine's Day. Shout out to everyone. I hope you had a great Mardi Gras season. It's Ash Wednesday as well. So it's time to recenter ourselves and get back to real life. Glad to be back on the show. How'd yesterday go? Did you miss me? Did the show fall apart? Did it actually work? Were we on YouTube?
We were on YouTube.
I'll go last.
Okay.
Y'all can go.
Yeah, no, it was good. We were on YouTube the whole time.
The whole time?
The entire time.
I know.
Dude.
I actually did what I was supposed to do for once.
Yesterday as I'm sitting here thinking, like, what do we talk about? We had a good show. Like,
We
Coach
did.
Mulkey was on, Nick was on.
Hell yeah.
We had Bill Bender, Billy Embody. So we covered a lot of ground yesterday.
Connor O'Gara.
O'Gara,
not
O'Gara.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went on with Connor the other day. I thought he was going back to St. Louis. Where's he at now? Or is he at
He's in
Kentucky
Florida.
again? He's in Florida?
He's talking about because he looks like Liam.
He looks like Liam Cohen. But actually, I don't remember where Liam Cohen's at. I can never remember
He's with the
Rams
Buccaneers.
Or the Kentucky. Oh, he's with the Bucks.
Yeah,
okay,
Tampa
there you go.
hired
So
him.
he is in Florida. Good call.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, you actually got it right.
Technically true.
Anybody do anything for Fat Tuesday yesterday? Or
Nah.
just kept it chill like a normal day?
Tell you what we did do.
What?
3 of us showed up to work.
Ha.
We didn't take off on a random Tuesday, T-Bob.
Well, again, not exactly random. But I did. I found my way back to work, even though I'm going to be leaving you again in 2 days.
Yeah.
I will say
I
this.
did hear the story of you saying you can't just take a random day.
Hold on. I have the receipts.
As Dick Vitale
have
would say, play the tape.
the
Oh,
receipts.
the back pat for showing up on like a Thursday.
Right.
What are you going to just take off a Thursday?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? No, you can't.
I tell you what,
That's not how jobs work. So since y'all are such smart people, since we got such a smart crew here, so you're calling Fat Tuesday a random Tuesday.
Hold on.
No.
Mardi
Hold
Gras,
on.
in which children are not in school for
Hold
a week.
on.
We may or may not have another clip.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Yes, because it's her birthday. It's a bit more understandable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to show up to work on normal weekdays. Again, so you are saying that you are claiming that Fat Tuesday is a normal Tuesday.
No. Boy,
Because when
what
I
I am
am
Oh my
claiming,
God! I saw the
Are your-
caption. It's Tuesday everywhere else. It's just a Tuesday.
Are your
I
kids
saw that a lot.
are
Yeah.
your kids in are your kids in school right now? Anybody listening? Why are they not in school?
Well, if they're listening, actually in Shreveport.
Why in the world
They might
would
be.
they not be in school on this random Tuesday, guys? It's almost as if it's not random, you dumbasses.
So,
It's Mardi Gras.
I don't know. I see both sides here.
I hadn't done, and trust me when I say, there were moments yesterday when I would take a step back and look around me and nothing felt normal. Like, I don't know if it's because I've been reading A Court of Thorns and Roses that kind of, it's almost like Game of Thrones meets Twilight, a little bit of female fantasy, a little romantasy, if you will. Which the first half, I was kind of like, but the second half finished pretty strong. I ended up liking it quite a bit. But it feels like the land of Fae, right? The immortal realm, the fantasy realm bleeds over into our earth during this Mardi Gras season, and stuff just gets weird, right? Like, shout out to the guys from Avenue Pub. We were chilling there all day yesterday. It was my first time taking the kids down to Mardi Gras, and they had the best time. It was an impeccable setup. Shout out Ronnie and the boys for having us out there. But at one point,
Ronnie.
At one
Great
point,
name.
it's like, I know, I agree. Ronnie!
Right.
At one point, though, again, it's like I'm looking around, and it's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day, right? But you can see all the trappings of normal life. There's a laundromat, there's businesses,
There's
buildings.
people working.
Not a lot of that, actually. Almost everywhere was closed down in the city yesterday.
Well, yeah,
trying
when
to
you're
do
in New
stuff.
Orleans on Mardi Gras, nothing's open.
Yeah.
But it's like, but then you look around and all this normal stuff is just festooned with the absurd. And it's like, I look to my left and there's 4 women talking, and they have purple wigs and like alien like sparkles everywhere, and kids are running around wild and free while their parents get irresponsibly inebriated, and there's train horns constantly going off, and everybody's going crazy over these little plastic bip bobs and whatnot. It was just it was so much fun, man. Absolutely fantastic Mardi Gras day. Long day. About 12 hours before we finally got back, but well worth it. Well worth it.
So you took off snaps as well.
Yeah, I took off everything. I had not done, like I said, I hadn't done a Fat Tuesday since I moved from New Orleans, and it was really nice.
I think you should have done snaps from a balcony.
I thought about doing some video stuff. I think it probably had a pretty good angle too, but I left my lav mic, so. Couldn't do it. But look, the whole Mardi Gras season was great, man. Spanish Town on Saturday was excellent. South Downs on Friday, Fat Tuesday. So it was nice, when you live in Louisiana as long as we have, or grown up here, certainly, you could start to kind of take Mardi Gras for granted, or maybe get sick of it, right? Or maybe be like, I want to get out of town. And I've done that. Went to Disney and stuff. It's awesome. But it was nice to kind of lean back into the reason for the season, if you will. And again, just a perfect day yesterday. The parades were awesome. A lot of cool throws that'll now be cluttering up my house until I eventually get sick of them and throw them away in a week or two. But still fun.
And a month or two.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. I mean,
that's true.
I got to be better next year. I didn't go to like any events. I didn't get a chance to go to any parades because of travel and work and different things. And so I really got to step my game up next year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Super Bowl timing didn't exactly help.
I mean,
out
they had to
any of
move the
this.
Super Bowl because of Mardi Gras.
It
was supposed to be in New Orleans this year.
And then when is it going to be next year? The Super Bowl?
Well, it's
And
now
Mardi
always
Gras
the
not till,
second
like,
the
March
second
or something,
Sunday
right?
in February now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it used to be the first, but they added the Week 17 game,
Yeah,
so now
and that's what messed it up with the Mardi Gras schedule.
Look,
Well,
T-Bob, I
on
will
your
say,
birthday.
Oh, yeah, next year?
I think
February
so.
9th? No, cool. Hell yeah, dude.
while it may have been
Yeah, it is.
slightly hypocritical of you,
Not
I
at
am
all.
glad you had a good time.
Not
I am
at all
glad you were a
hypocritical.
dad. Look, the main reason I'm so upset, I missed you yesterday, T-Bob.
know.
It's like when you go to the
I know.
family reunion and you're like, man, I got to see my drunk uncle. He's going to be obnoxious. But then you show up and he's absent and you're like, damn it, I didn't get to see my drunk uncle.
I
Like,
missed y'all
that's
too,
kind of
man.
how I felt yesterday.
I missed y'all too, but
Yeah.
it was fun. Our guy Hold the Mayo ended up showing up. Got to hang out with him for a while, so it was a very good time.
Hey,
indeed.
Dev took
Again,
off
shout out
Monday
Avenue
too, and he
Pub.
was
Right?
there. Wow.
Yeah, Dev texted me Monday and said I'm out till Wednesday. So
Dev seems like a Mardi
he
Gras
was
guy.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
nobody get in contact with me. I'm be out and about in the city. And
In the
it is
streets.
wild the amount of juice that Dev has
He had his own float.
on those NOLA streets now. I know it's crazy. And he said he got to experience it with his grandparents,
Oh, that's nice.
which is funny because they were always kind of maybe looking at him sideways, like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, what is this? And there's an incredible validation, I would imagine, when suddenly you see your grandchild's face put into float form, respect your body. And it's not even like he had anything to do with it. He didn't even know about it until people started sending him pictures a couple of weeks ago. So that was very fun all around. Also, I love wearing babies on my chest.
Yeah.
And my kid's like right on the edge of being too big for it. And so I am looking for any excuse to wear him one more time around on my chest all day long. And yesterday was that.
The baby Bjorn is getting to the edge with Quad Bob.
Yeah, it is we are about sized out of it, which is really depressing in some ways, but whatever. It is what it is. Just life. And then, yeah, shout out to Double Bob, dude. Double Bob has always been there for me. It is the best stroller out there. Even actually, maybe it's not. It was like 6 years ago when Pat Mahomes won it for me by scoring the first rushing touchdown in the Super Bowl.
I think the Duna's the new thing.
Yeah.
Duna's so I don't know
Duna's
about
a game changer.
Yeah,
I was gonna
that's
say,
what I hear.
I don't know about Duna's like full-on stroller game.
Yeah.
But yes, the Duna car seat that flips into a stroller is like the greatest
Transformer.
thing ever. Yes.
Yeah.
It's incredible. If you are having a baby, that would be what? Tier 1?
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a tier 1 purchase.
After
I would
not
say.
having a baby for a long time and then now being back in the game, I wish I had it the other 4 for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
I would support that wholeheartedly. The double bob's more of though like a running off-roading utility stroller where you can just it becomes like a mobile base of operations.
It can survive the streets of New Orleans.
Yeah.
Yes, potholes. It can hold multiple kids, all the bags, everything, and it folds up
Cooler.
pretty nicely. It's awesome. Yeah. Hey, exactly, Daniel in the chat. Thank you, Taylor. You gonna shame me for wanting to hold my baby one more time? Dude?
No, as a matter
the
of fact,
problem,
I
dude?
said shout out to you for going to be a dad. That's awesome.
It was crazy how many kids were running around that.
Also,
place.
you showed me the
And I mean
video.
run around because nobody was hanging out with their kids.
You showed me the video before the show of your hat.
Yeah,
Good hat.
Dumbledore hat. Got it at Madame Malkin's robe shop. I tell you, when I saw that hat on the peg, it spoke to me. Every now and then you have an item of clothing that does that.
What's funny because like it's not technically a Mardi Gras hat, but it looked like
It
one.
looked like one. But I mean, that's the thing. Mardi Gras can be whatever you want it to be, right? Like random costumes, anything, everything. Again, the land of Fae spills over into the mortal realm for one day. And
You
it's
went
very fun.
Pelicans jersey, right?
Yeah, CJ McCollum, which was so odd. I didn't even realize I owned this thing. And it's a nice XX, like authentic CJ McCollum New Orleans Mardi Gras jersey.
Hell yeah.
I remember you purchased it here in studio. I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
didn't
sure.
remember. I was going through my closet, like, what am I going to wear? Looking at Hawaiian shirts, and I was like, huh, look at this thing. Hell yeah, dude. I also got like a badass, like, white LSU basketball jersey with the old, like, cursive lettering.
Oh,
That I found in
cool.
my closet randomly. That was choice number 2.
Whose jersey?
I think
Or
it's
is
just
it
number
just-
one,
oh,
right?
okay.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you know the contents of my jersey closet better than I do? That's amazing.
You even
Are
knew that you
sneaking
bought
into
it.
my home? Yeah. are you
Here.
seeing, like,
I don't think I could get to your home if I had to.
that's probably true. We don't ever have people over. Our house is just too full of crap and kids and just no room for anybody to hang out anyway. So look, I hope everybody had a great Mardi Gras season. We gonna talk some Saints. Clint Kubiak officially inking the deal to become the new OC. I have some thoughts on what you should do with Derek Carr and whatnot. There's some recruiting tidbits. LSU basketball falling just short in a torrid comeback attempt. We got some flustering. Actually, I haven't confirmed that with Matt. I imagine that's coming. Players invited to the combine. Potential 2-minute warning in college football. All this and more. So keep it locked. It's going to be a very fun show. When we get back, let's dive into the New Orleans Saints, Kubiak, and the curious case of Derek Carr. Coming up next here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Trash Rangers. Listen up, y'all. If you're in Livingston Parish, you're in Ascension Parish, you have a choice when it comes to your trash. And the choice is Trash Rangers, okay? You see the red can. You've probably been seeing it popping up in your neighborhoods, your communities. You see the red trucks. You already know what that means. It's the locally owned Trash Rangers. And so unlike these national companies where the trash stays here, where the profits go elsewhere, the profits go right back into the community, okay? Local fairs, events, veterans, supporting school districts, community first over there at Trash Rangers. And if you sign up online, you go to trashsignup.com, you see prices, you select how many cans, your pickup days, and you pay online all in about 3 minutes. And Jake, they text you ahead of time.
They do. Weekly text reminders, which all of us could use. Let's be honest. No hidden fees, reliable weekly service. Call them today to get everything set up. 225-401-0838.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 Black Widow trucks, $20,000 off new Ram 1500 trucks, and all new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to...
Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR presented by Pluckers. Shay Dixon will join us. We'll talk Clint Kubiak with a 49ers reporter. It's a Whiskey Wednesday, ton to do, and hope you join us 3 to 6. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
The makeup on his shirt, you don't believe his stories. You know that there are lies. Bad as you are, you stick around, and I just don't know why. If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I'd be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman deserve good fame. Fist full of diamonds, a head full of rain. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Baby, good love and protection. Make me your selection. Show you the way love.
We can play if you want to.
I was just trying to get to the. I was trying to get to the chorus there. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB. So Clint Kubiak officially reaches a deal to be the Saints' new OC, and this tweet from Ian Rappaport I found to be pretty interesting. Saying the Saints, and this came from 2 days ago, but the Saints and Niners' pass game coordinator Clint Kubiak reached a deal for Kubiak to be their new offensive coordinator. The top target all along, Kubiak's hire gives Coach Dennis Allen a rising play caller who was coveted by several other teams. It is that last sentence that I think matters here. given that, remember when we talked about this, we kind of questioned, well, how attractive of a landing spot is New Orleans, right? Given some of the drama, given DA's kind of make or break status going into this year. And I thought, and I told y'all, that I thought it would probably scare some people off and you maybe wouldn't have the pick of the litter. But, look, I don't trust their top target all the whole way. Like, maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but like that's what everybody says, right?
Yeah, anybody.
When they hire someone. But I do trust Rapport when he talks about him being coveted by other teams. And so maybe this is a situation where we're so close to the frustration that the bad kind of shines brighter than the good. But obviously with maybe how Derek Carr finished the season, his veteran nature, the weapons that we talked about, the young weapons that seem to be developing, a guy like Taysom Hill, Kamara, maybe there's a bit more there than we were originally given credit for.
Maybe. When we talked about it yesterday, so you look at what the Saints have and everything that they have available and the weapons they have, the resources they have, like you have the ability to come in and do some things that could be special. And it's a little bit more attractive. I think we do need to give the weapons more credit than we probably do. It is more attractive. They just weren't put in positions to really succeed. And it became predictable. And then when it becomes predictable in the NFL, then defenses are going to be able to tee off on you. And I think we saw some of that. And when you sped things up at the end of the year, that's when you had your best offensive outputs. And so getting the ball out of Derek Carr's hands and things like that, which seems but they didn't do that last year. So for me, I look at the attractiveness of the Saints job and we hear that he had other suitors, that makes sense to me that you would choose the Saints, but also it's what is DA going to allow you to do? How free are you truly going to be? If Kubiak's the head coach of the offense, I feel really good about it.
Yeah, and so if that is the case, then I would, it kind of looks like the fact that he's been able to remake the offensive staff with his guys would maybe speak to him having some of that latitude, right? I would hope that you would not, certainly at times this last couple of years, they have felt overly conservative to the point of just trying to win defensively, right? I think rolling with Andy Dalton the manner you did was kind of like the one of the prime examples of this. And maybe they wanted to open it up more last year, and it just didn't happen. But it's all going to come down like it always does to Derek Carr. And if you're trying to get excited about this year, Derek Carr's last 6 games are going to be what people continue to lean on. Remember, over those 6 games, 74% completion, 15 touchdowns, 3 picks, 224 per game, passer rating of 117. Now, again, granted, this was mainly against the NFC South, right? This was not against kind of the who's who of the NFL, but good numbers nonetheless. So the question becomes, can Derek Carr make that the norm next year with another year with these players? Plus maybe he's a bit more healthy. But what do you do behind Derek Carr? Because it does feel like the Packers, with the emergence of Jordan Love and how they handled Aaron Rodgers back in the day, have shown that there is real value in taking a guy that you believe in and then allowing him actual time to develop. And with Derek Carr, you would seem to have the perfect kind of placeholder veteran, right? And the strength of this 2024 quarterback class makes it interesting because, you're not going to be there for the big 3, but I would say that Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy, and Bo Nix will be available for one of your picks. 14 and 45. Maybe 2 of those guys available at 45, but I think all 3 will likely be there at 14. And so the question is, do you try to follow that Packer blueprint and take a more long-term approach, or since DA's job is on the line, is that too future-oriented, right? Do you have to use that resource now at a more immediate position of need because DA has to do well this year or it's all over?
Yeah, I think it's probably you have to do better this year. You have to win now. And if you fall in love with the quarterback in the process and he's still there at 45, then you can make that move there. But in the first round, there's nothing in the Saints history to tell us that they would do that.
Yeah.
It's just they haven't done it in 50 years.
Sure.
So, like, I don't have faith that they're going to select the quarterback of the future and still pay Derek Carr and play Derek Carr. And you do have some needs. And the offensive line is one of those needs because, Steve, you talked about them playing and trying to win games on the defensive side of the football. Like, yeah, and they have a defense that could have done that if they could have ran the ball as well, but they couldn't. Very bad running team. And you try to run outside zone. You don't have the personnel to run outside zone. You get the back. You just don't have the personnel blocking in front of him. Andrews Pete's a free agent. Hurst is a free agent. So there's question marks there. What do you do? What do you do with Trevor Penning? So that's three guys right there that two of them probably leaving free agency, and then one, you don't have a spot for him. Like, he can't even get in on jumbo packages, and he's a first-round pick. So if you want to play that model, like, you had to have some different guys up front, and even the guys that you had, like, they're going to be gone. So, like, it feels like Saints taking alignment at 14, maybe, unless they decide to, hey, we're going to sign veteran guys on the offensive line, right? We can use free agency for that, and then we can maybe, select somebody at 14 to help out the offense. But you've got some deficiencies, and with past history of you not taking a quarterback, I just don't have a lot of faith that – because J.J. probably be the only quarterback worth a 14, because if you take Bo Nix at 14 – and that's the first quarterback you've taken in the first round since Archie Manning.
And then for whatever reason, the hive mind is just working against Michael Penix Jr. at this point. Everybody's just saying he's not a first-round pick. So it's like, do you go against that? Do you trust your own evaluation over that? Some of you even said McCarthy and Nix over Penix. So I don't really understand how exactly that's all being evaluated beyond Penix's health. But yeah, okay. You raise a very fair point. 14's probably not the pick. Maybe somewhere at 45.
And how do you feel about Jake Haener, like, to be your backup too?
Well, yeah. So that's what I kind of want to get into next, because not great, right? Like, I don't think, at least, that Jake Haener. I don't know what it's like in house, and granted, it's tough to get eyes on him because the only time we do is like in the preseason.
And
but
photo shoots.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, do you feel comfortable? And after the last 2 years, in which you have dealt with injuries at that position, do you feel comfortable rolling with Haener as a backup in the offseason? Now, where it gets even more interesting is, what do you do with Jameis Winston? Because surely, as we talked about, right, with culture and splintering of culture and trying to make sure that everybody's on the same page, it would feel like how Winston and company ended the season last year was damn near open rebellion, right? Meaning that there's no way he's going to get brought back. However, if you don't bring back Winston, you eat $10 million in dead money. Now, you could do it all next year. You could spread it out over 2 years, but that's a pretty, that's some incentive to try to maybe find a way to make it work. If you don't, there's like Sam Darnold, who Kubiak would have just worked with. There's Tannehill, Minshew, Flacco, Brissett, Tyrod Taylor, Mariota, Wentz, Mason Rudolph, who actually was the only quarterback that had a higher passer rating over the final portion of the season last year. Drew Lock, Josh Dobbs, Blaine Gabbert, still out there, playing in
Super
the NFL.
Bowl champion.
Oh, is he really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even realize
he
that.
took over the Chad Henne role.
Damn, what a beast, dude. So there are, like, if you don't want to go Winston route, there's vets out there. But again, it's going to be oddly expensive given the dead money that'll be tied into Jameis.
I wonder, like, inside the building, what they feel like their biggest deficiency is on offense. Because we know, God, do we know that DA loves Derek Carr. Like, we know that's a thing.
Yeah.
So I wonder in the building what they think, hey, we've got to get better here. You look at receiver, and then you Mike Thomas, like, you got to handle that situation as well.
Well, he's gone. Right? Like,
but what do you, like, how? What are you going to do?
He's I thought he's a free agent. Wasn't a 1-year deal last year? Is he still under contract? I just assumed that he wasn't going to re-sign. But I'm not 100% on that.
He is not on the free agent list that I'm looking at. So your top free agents right now: Andrews Pete, Jameis Winston, James Hurst, Jimmy Graham, Trey Turner, Lonnie Johnson. You got Zach Bond. So, like, that's actually not that bad for the Saints. But the offensive line, being that it is two of your starters, even though they haven't been consistent starters, like, that's still going to be a problem. And so that's why it's not the most sexy thing in the world. But if the Saints don't sign free agents on the offensive line, they have to draft one. again. And you just drafted one that can't get on the field.
Yeah, you cannot afford another O-line bust, though. So I'm kind of with you. Do you trust a rookie, like all the eggs in that rookie basket, or do you maybe accept less upside for just like here's a veteran that you know can just play at starter level in the NFL?
Yeah, the latest mock draft on ESPN.com has them selecting Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle from Oklahoma. So I think a lot of people assume that they are going to make that move, although being burned by Penning, and Penning's still young, maybe you can get something out of him. Maybe kicks down the guard.
Yeah, that has to be, I mean, to me, that's priority number one, right behind. I mean, everything's in, everything funnels to Derek Carr, so I would take Derek Carr out of the priority list because that's where everything's going to funnel, trying to make him successful. What's more important, Kamara or Penning? Because, like, those two are the ones, to me, that you have to figure out offensively.
Yeah, I mean, Kamara means so much to the offense, but he plays a position that just doesn't have a long shelf life, and he's already beaten that timeline. And so, like, you have this young player that you have assets in that you feel like you got to get something because AK's given you something already.
Yeah, even last year, he paced for, they didn't rush it great, but, like, just volume numbers, he still paced quite nicely in terms of yards from scrimmage, catches, everything else.
Yeah, so fixing your offensive line, to me, would be priority number one for the New Orleans Saints. It was, T-Bob, it was horrible.
It was awful at the beginning. It is interesting, though, how it kind of solidified at the end when they got some more friendly scheme around them, right? Like Eric McCoy said, just like simple, just play actions, kind of taking some pressure off of the O-line.
And that's fair. Like, you still have Cesar Ruiz, who you need to see more out of consistently. Like, McCoy's probably your most consistent guy.
I would agree with that.
Ramczyk, you just don't know with the injuries.
Yeah, it kind of feels like he's on the way out here, dude.
So, gosh, I mean, and that was a player that 3 years ago, I'm like, he's going to have his name at the top of the Superdome.
Yeah, I mean, that's a guy who, now he was one of those, I mean, he came in first round and immediately became a Pro Bowler, then All-Pro. Like, he was ready from day one. They will have a new O-line coach.
Yep.
So we mentioned Kubiak getting to make the staff, got to pick and choose his guys. We went over Steve Janocko, the quarterback coach, but they also hired John Benton, 60 years old. He's been an O-line coach in the NFL for the last 21 years. And maybe most importantly to this conversation, he was the O-line coach at San Francisco 17-20. Yeah. So there's familiarity there. And you talk about, Jake, like being able to coach the system. That is obviously someone who should be able to coach Shanahan's system.
And it's going to be a lot of outside zone.
Yeah.
A ton of it. Now, again, like, I think that Kamara is a really good, hey, if you want to run outside zone, like, model, like with his running style and his patience, but you've got, like, last year they just kept running outside zone, and Nick and I talked about it yesterday. They just weren't good at it.
Yeah.
But now they have an offensive coordinator, an offensive line coach that have thrived in that system. Like, now you're going to see, is it truly scheme or is it personnel?
Yeah. Yeah, true. The scheme, yes, like, right, the scheme excuse we think should be taken out of it with the new Kubiak offense. So look, I'm not going to tell everyone to get too excited, but I think these are all pretty shrewd moves thus far, just in terms of coaching changes, right? Like, relative to how the NFL is versus college, this is not unlike LSU completely remaking their defensive staff and the hires that they made. Kubiak should represent a big upgrade, but we'll see. We'll see this year again. Unfortunately for the Saints at this point, I'm going to try my hardest not to extend them the benefit of the doubt. They are going to have to prove it this year after we crown them each of the last 2 years, only for them to fall disappointingly short.
So it looks like Michael Thomas, real quick, a little fact check. Looks like he's on a 1-year, $10 million deal that expires in 25.
So he is still on the books for this season. Oh, wow. I always assumed that was not the case. Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, he sure made it awkward. What to do with Mike T.
And we can hit this at some point. Like, yeah, he did with the tweets. He ain't the only Saint saying something about the current status of the franchise.
No.
I mean, Cam Jordan had some pretty strong comments as well.
I know. And then that's going to be what...
That's your leader. That is like... captain number one.
That's what I'm going to be intrigued to see how they handle that in the offseason. Do you excise everyone who kind of was feeling that way or expressed some of that sentiment, or do you try to repair those divides? We'll see. But Kubiak officially in for your New Orleans Saints. When we get back, talk a little Pels, a little LSU basketball yesterday, a little recruiting tidbits. Keep it locked right here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Get Gordon and get it done. How about the Super Bowl commercials, dude? Flage with the fresh Get Gordon rap. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. It's fantastic. You can go at Get Gordon. Follow them on social media. They got content with all of your favorite athletes. The G team, right? A lot of your favorite players, regardless of sport. The entire women's basketball team. You got softball players. You got football players, basketball, baseball. You got everybody on the G team. And you can get them as well if you get in an accident and you need somebody who's going to stand up to the big insurance companies. You want to get Gordon. Get Gordon. 225-888-8888.
GetGordon.com is the website. You can find out what they can do for you in the courtroom. You can have a chat with them right there on the website. If you want to find out what they're doing in the community, because they've always got something going on in the community, that handle at GetGordon on all major social media. Like T-Bob just said as well, pick up the phone in Louisiana. Put your area code before 888-8888. Give Gordon a call. Get Gordon and get it done.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time to slip away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me, like cypress stumps. Your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
The best kept secret.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
10 and y'all, welcome back, OTB. So the Pelicans are going to be back in the blender tonight. Last game for the All-Star break, correct? And they have the Wizards, who are 9-44. Pels, of course, 32-22. How about that? 10 games above 500 before the All-Star break. We love to see it. So the point is, it should be 3 wins in a row come tomorrow. And we should be talking about 33-22, as this is a Washington Wizards team that has lost 7 games in a row. Right now, Pelicans tied with the Suns. Suns have the tiebreaker, the 5th seed. Pelicans are 6. The Suns, though, get the Pistons. So essentially, Pels, Suns, 2 teams in a dead heat for 5 and 6 right now, which again is our ultimate goal here on this show to finish outside of the play-in. Both should win tonight. And both should enter the All-Star break 33-22, setting up for a very exciting finish.
Suns pulled one out late against the Kings last night.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's actually a really good game. Yeah, really good game. And Fox and Booker were kind of going back and forth. And that middle group there in the West, it's going to be a solid group. And in the postseason, there's going to be like a 4, 5, 6 seed that feels like they can make any run that is in front of them.
So speaking of, though, good games, LSU basketball last night falls just short, falling to Florida 82-80. The Tigers do what they kind of done all year long, right? They continue to show toughness, continue to show grit. Down 20 with 15 minutes left in the game. They come roaring back, tie it up with a minute and a half to go off a Terrell Ward 3. But unfortunately, Jake, from that time on, just too many critical errors when the game is on the line.
Yeah, gosh. And you fight all the way back. And we were talking during the break. They've done that numerous amount of times this year.
Yeah.
And so you love that part of it. Like, you love the fight. You don't love getting down early, but you do love the fight to come back and to make it a game. But just at some point, like, the next step in the evolution of LSU basketball is to start to finish and win some of those comebacks and win some of those games. And you're right. I mean, you pass it to Jalen Cook, and you have a chance to go take the lead and just, a costly turnover. And then they get a 3-point lead, and then you go get a 2-point basket. You cut it to 1. They only make 1 of 2 free throws. It's a 2-point game, and you still got a chance. And I understand what happened in that situation. You think the clock's running out. You think a player is probably guarding you. Like, you're never that wide open in the final seconds of a game.
Yeah, who was it on the floater last
night?
night?
It was Jordan Wright.
Jordan Wright.
It was the correct player taking the shot. He just, when you go back and look at it, it's like he thought he was covered. Because when I saw him catch the ball, I'm like, oh, he's just going to go lay this in, easy tie, you're going to go to overtime. And he settles for a floater, bounces it off the front of the rim, then it tries to do a rush putback.
Think about where his mental clock is at, right? Because they get that rebound all the way on the other side of the court, about 9 seconds left. He actually breaks old boy's ankles, which is pretty incredible. But then he passes it, which is already like, ooh, we're low on time. And the Baker passes it back to him, and so he's probably thinking I can't let this ball get off, or I can't let the game in without getting a shot off. And unfortunately, you're right, he was wide open, could have easily put it in, ends up missing, and LSU falls. So, look, this is a basketball team that continues to show improvement. Like I said, they're not an abject disaster. From a pure box score standpoint, though, it's impossible not to be disappointed in the free throw shooting. 13 of 21 from the line. It's the 3rd straight road game you've been under 65%. And then how about this? You go 11 of 21 from 3, 13 of 21 from the line. How does that happen?
They beat them everywhere except rebounding and free throws. At the beginning of the game, to go back to Coach John Brady saying that the field goal stat wins the game.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, they were outscoring them at the 3-point line, and LSU was outscoring Florida, but they had that field goal stat up. They went to zone coming out the half, and they slowed the game down.
Yeah.
And the zone defense was so efficient, and they wrestled that field goal stat away from them, ended up beating them everywhere except, like I said, except for rebounding.
He got killed on the board.
Yeah.
But you make a great point, Alondra, because I think I read in Matthew Brune's breakdown of the game that Florida shot 66% from the field in the first half and then 33 in the second half.
Yep.
So the defensive adjustments are great. Once again, LSU's ability to shoot from three. I mean, double-digit threes. How many times they've done that this year? 9th time they've hit double-digit threes. So, like, you just got to figure it out at the free throw line, and you win this game.
Well, it's crazy you say that. 52% from three. You're talking about how bad LSU is from the free throw line. They had a better free throw percentage than Florida last night, 61.9 to 60. And you could say, well, they got beat at rebounding. Yeah, but it was offensive rebounding. Defensive rebounds, Florida had 24, LSU had 21. But the offensive rebounding was 21 to 9.
Yeah.
Florida's got a better record. They're at home. You cannot let them get these offensive rebounds. We saw it a couple weeks ago. It was the home game against Texas A&M. LSU's up by 8 with 3 minutes to go. You're like, okay, LSU's going to close this out. They've already beaten Texas A&M on the road. And what does A&M do? Credit to them. They're a top 5 rebounding team in the country, but you get 2-3 chances every time down the court. That's the second or third time this year they've done it. They did it against Texas A&M. They did it against Georgia. They fought back late in that game, but the reason Georgia was able to pull away was the offensive rebounds. Just last week, you were down 26 to Tennessee. You cut that to single digits with 3 minutes to go. But what does Tennessee do? They keep getting offensive rebounds. They keep getting to the free throw line. I mean, it's the same thing every single game.
Yeah.
You're getting consistently killed on the boards. And the reason why, your best post player, Will Baker, not a traditional post player. I mean, he's going to step back. He's going to hit a couple of threes. He's not a dominant presence down low. Hunter Dean's probably your best post player. He's just not as physically imposing as some of these other guys, and it has killed you all year long.
All right, when we get back, more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
K to Z window coverings. KTOZblinds.com. KTOZblinds.com. You want window coverings that wow? You want K to Z. Take advantage of the literal lifetime of experience that Brandon Barton has in the window business and window coverings business, and see what he can do for your home, right? Because as I'm always telling you, you don't really, it sounds simple, but you don't really realize the depth or the science, just the sheer amount of information that goes into finding the correct answer for you. And it's at any price point. Starter home, you want to bring to the next level, or your dream home, your answer is K to Z.
I actually had Brandon come out yesterday. We're doing a shade there for our kitchen, for privacy, for it to block the sun, all those things. He comes in at 1:30. He's out by like 1:47. He picked the exact color, had it ready to go. I mean, quick process, and he's going to do that for you as well. K2ZBlinds.com, K2ZBlinds.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off new 23 Ram 1500 Black Widow trucks, $20,000 off new Ram 1500 trucks, and all new Bayou Automotive vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Tanning, y'all. Welcome back. OTB. Shout out Angel Reese. Earned her 10th Player of the Week honor for the SEC. She got it 3 times this year, 7 times last year. Had a combined 42 and 35 in wins against Vandy and Bama last week. Pretty damn good, boys. Coming up in hour 2, I think we're going to get a lot of college football discussion. No flustering, unfortunately. And we got some combine talk.
God, he was doing so well.
Yeah.
He had made every single Wednesday.
It's my fault. I should have texted him yesterday, and I blanked, given that I didn't do anything work-wise yesterday.
He's only been on this station every Wednesday for the last 6 years.
That's also true. In his defense, he did go on a guy's trip this weekend, so his days are probably screwed up. But it does officially mark a kind of rest in peace to the New Year's resolution moment, as it was to make every flustering. But hey, bro, we made a month and a half in. I'm not going to take that for granted. I think that was very well done. I don't have a ton to say here, so I think we'll just throw it in kind of here at the end. But it's some little recruiting tidbit. As Shea Dixon now saying that he expects LSU to sign James Simon, who is a big-time running back out of Louisiana in this 25 class. Right now, LSU has 7 of the top 8 commits in the state. Remember, we talked about it a lot. Really, that's probably the key thing to focus on with Brian Kelly from year 1 to year 2 is going from getting 4 of 10 to 10 of the last, 10 of the top 11 in this most recent class. And now, if indeed Simon does end up committing, Jake, that will make it a full 8 for 8.
Yeah.
There, as he's currently the number 3 recruit in the state. And when you talk about a badass running back combo from the boot, him and Harlan Berry would certainly feel like 2 guys that could be an exciting hometown tandem.
Without question, and James Simon's somebody that took over the Superdome in the state championship games. I have a brother that coaches at Calvary Baptist, and they sing his praises all the time. And Devin Harper's his teammate who's already committed to LSU. So, T-Bob, that always goes a very long way when you're trying to get somebody else in your signing class. When you have somebody that you're familiar with that's already committed to the school, a lot of times we'll see those guys kind of go in pairs. But, he's an incredible running back. Very solid. And I know that Barry's going to be the star because Barry's the number 1 running back in the country. But Simon's a top 15 running back in the country.
Yeah.
And we know LSU is going to play more than 1 running back, and so you don't have to worry about that. And you're right. Like, you look at the top 5 players. If you get him committed, you have the top 5 players in the state of Louisiana. Like, different services have, like, Corey Amos from Opelousas is in some services he's in the top 8, some he's not, some he's on the outside looking in. But regardless, like, you still have everyone in Louisiana that you want to get. And that's been a common theme. And that was a big question. Can you recruit Louisiana? Well, they've done that. And now this coaching staff is even more Louisiana. And they're doing a nice job of just cleaning house, which you have to do.
Well, and Corey Raymond and Blake Baker and this defensive staff continues to I mean, they got Jabari Antoine, but they continue to court really attractive defensive backs, right? We'll see if they land or not, but they recently hosted the 5-star safety DJ Pickett. We know about the 4-star safety Dorian Brew, who you're going to compete with Ohio State for, as Dorian Brew's father is a LSU track legend, but I believe his mother is an Ohio State track legend. So where do you land there? And then they've also been moving in on 4-star Anquan Fagans, not exactly sure to pronounce it, but who is a top 5 safety and a top 60 prospect overall. So again, credit to this LSU staff continuing to kill it on the recruiting trail, but most importantly, continuing to really put the gates up. And I can't say it enough. It's not just Nick Saban leaving. It's also Jimbo Fisher. And nobody is better positioned geographically to take advantage of that fact than are the LSU Tigers. Hour 2 next. OTB.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. You need to rejuvenate that energetic, youthful feeling. Fight the untreated effects of aging, whether it's like mood and memory problem, facial aging, andropause, menopause, weight gain, not seeing the return from your workouts, whatever the case may be. Rejuve Me has a plan for you, or they'll make one for you. After you get the free consultation, you get your lab drawn, figure out what's going on inside your body. So respect your body by going to RejuveMeMedical.com.
Yeah, don't just give up on yourself. You're like, oh, I worked out, I've been eating right, can't lose weight. Well, there's probably something going on. And don't just hand wave it. Go get a consultation set up, and they're going to help you. And it's going to be a fast process. You go get your blood work done, you're in, you're out, then they call you, they tell you exactly what you've got going on, and then they tell you the plan that they're going to get you on to make you feel like your youthful self and get whatever you need done. RejuveMeMedical.com, RejuveMeMedical.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Join MMR and ignite your career today. MMR is the largest electrical and instrumentation contractor in the nation, and they're seeking talented individuals to join their team. For over 3 decades, they've been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, and they have offices all around the globe.
And MMR offers a tailored path for both professional and personal development, outstanding benefits, and a dynamic culture. So whether you're an intern, a seasoned pro, or you're just starting out, see what MMR can offer you. Apply at mmrgrp.com.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, hardy plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at reliefwindows.com.
Happy New Year from your friends at Front to Back Boat Service. And what better way to kick off your new year than by taking your boat to the next level? Get the boat of your dreams, and that's where Front to Back comes into play. You want that spot lock trolling motor that's going to keep you right there on the water where you need to be. How about some forward-facing sonar that actually shows you the fish before you even cast? Custom stereo jobs, all of it. Sherman family's been doing it for 38 years. Go to fronttobackboatservice.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said...
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on Wednesday, February 14th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 68. In hour 2 of today's show, we'll talk some NFL Combine and possible rule changes to college football. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now. Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Welcome back, OTB, hour number 2 here on this Wednesday, Valentine's Day. How about it? Who printed these on front and back? It's not bad.
No, so
it just did.
the printer's new format is now front and back.
Oh, to like save paper or something?
Apparently.
I don't know.
How does it
I didn't
do
even
that?
get it.
Don't get me started on the printer.
This is so dumb, but like my brain can't grasp how this works.
What do you mean?
It, like,
You've never
prints
seen stuff printed?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about like back in the day when we used to do it. I thought I remembered like manually flipping the pages, but I guess not.
No, I don't know.
It just like and inside the machine, it prints one side and then flips it over and prints another.
Yeah, very slowly too.
I mean, of course, right? Because there's a lot that's way
Well,
more
I
than
mean-
just spitting out normal print.
Yeah.
This is, technology, guys, never ceases to amaze, right? Look at that. Front and back paper.
You didn't. I didn't know that you didn't know that was like a thing.
No. I mean, again, maybe I was aware that it was possible, but it still kind of amazes me.
I didn't even get any papers.
Yeah, I gave them to you.
Yeah, look, they're behind your tablet.
Oh, I mean, I don't have eyes in the back of my head or, behind my tablet here.
It's technically, yeah.
I
not
was
eyes
pretty
in the
sure
back of
you
the
saw me
tablet.
go like that because you were right in front of me whenever I put them there.
Look.
Oh, there they are.
There they
Oh,
are,
my
dude.
gosh. I couldn't see them.
Wait,
Oh.
so Valentine's Day today.
I was gonna print them out in pink too, but
That
I
would've
didn't
been
know.
very sweet.
I didn't know
that'd
if
been
it was a
nice.
color printer or not.
Wait, they have color printers?
I don't. Wait, stop.
Yeah, we have color printers.
Okay, I was like,
just
stop
kidding,
it.
I'll tell you about
We
here.
also-
I was like,
we also have this thing called-
Hey, we're balling on a budget, but we got color printer, baby.
We also have this thing called electricity. You can blow out all the candles in your house now. Like, we're good, man.
I don't believe you. Anybody do anything for Valentine's Day today? I think I may have achieved that rare kind of, I think kind of good. Maybe going to keep it pretty chill because we've been going so hard for the last few days. It's also Ash Wednesday, which is a bit weird because normally that's a day for keeping it chill and kind of recentering.
So Katie, 3 of the boys in Harlow, everybody but Jackson, are in Panama City
Oh,
Beach.
yeah. Wow.
So it's me and Jackson. I think they're coming back later today, hopefully. But, yeah, they've been out. Quick trip. Like, left Monday, coming back Wednesday, just to kind of hit a beach reset. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll take Jackson out for Valentine's Day.
How is the father and eldest son bonding been? Have y'all gone and, like, killed any bears? Have you taught him
Wolverines in Alaska.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Have you
we,
taught him like how to like crack rocks or anything?
No, we killed some fettuccine Alfredo at Olive Garden.
Oh, no way.
You know they have a pasta pass.
Hell yeah.
I
Wait,
didn't
oh
know
yeah,
that.
were you out when we looked that up?
Yeah, he wasn't
There's
here.
a literal Olive Garden battle pass. I thought they had unlimited pasta on offer with the unlimited breadsticks. I was wrong.
it was you purchase a pasta pass and you could have like unlimited pasta for like 60 days. Oh, wow.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying, dog. Give me that PP.
Jackson, my oldest, could certainly use that.
Give me that PP, baby.
Like, he finished his yesterday. He's like looking over, like, I hustling mine.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can have it.
That's how I used to be. Cannon used to, just feed me all of the leftovers. Adam Fields, he's grilling fillets for his wife and girls. Hell yeah, man. It's Valentine's Day. What's your best love song for today? Ooh, I'll have to think about that one. I have a few choices off the top of my head.
I mean, I'm sitting here racking my brain like, oh, you got a lot to choose from, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Jake's love song repertoire goes way deep because he came from the golden era of mixtapes and burned CDs. And so he has put a lot of time and thought into crafting bespoke love collections for...
I don't know if this was yesterday, T, or what day it was, but it was funny when I'm interviewing will.i.am. Like, we got him at the very kind of end of the press tour, and he was, he's kind of like in his like right here, like in his safe space, and kind of just talking forward or whatever. And then like I finally opened him up a little bit, and he used to play with the Chargers on Madden. But then I was like, hey, like guys like you and Usher, like those mixed CDs, y'all used to do work for us. And then he opened up, like that was his like, okay, like now we can. So it was funny, like we bonded over mixed CDs.
Jake this morning was like, you have some pressure on you with the bump music. I was like, why?
What do you mean? Is something going on today?
Yeah, for real. But no, I was,
Are you, what are you doing in laundry?
I'm going to go to mass.
Okay.
I'm going to get my ashes.
You're going to get your ashes? Are you doing like a girlfriend thing, anything like that, hanging out? What are we talking? What about you, Taylor?
So we're celebrating officially on Saturday. Like, I'm taking her out to our favorite restaurant. It's the restaurant I took her to the night I proposed. So we're doing all that.
Okay.
Tonight, we're going to keep it a little more casual. I mean, Valentine's falling on the middle of the week, but I'm going to take her somewhere. We're going to go out to eat like a little bit more casual tonight and then do it a little bit bigger on Saturday.
Ooh, Mark Cumby, love song tier list. That could get contentious.
Oh, and for the record,
very contentious.
Very good Valentine's song. Best You've Ever Had by John Legend. Excellent love song.
Sure.
Yeah, we'll see about
Look at
later.
Taylor with the culture. Yeah. Who would have guessed?
Not you.
We could do it Friday.
No, not me. That's damn right.
But you won't be here Friday.
No, I'm not going to be here Friday. I'm going to be with the Cannon in Florida. We're flying out early Friday morning for my little brother's bachelor party. Maybe a little fishing, a little golf. I'm excited. It's going to be a good time.
We'll be at the box.
I know. That's going to be awesome. I am actually really, really bummed to miss that. Can't wait for opening day. I mean, it is funny, right? Because really sometimes like you just crave SEC plays so badly that almost the extended preseason can feel a bit like, oh, let's get on with it. But given all the new faces this year, I think there's ample reason to be locked in here from the beginning as you try to like learn who's going to play what role, who are we going to learn, like who are we going to fall in love with this year in ways that we would have never expected. Yeah. Actually, who on this Valentine's Day, who did you fall in love with most from last year's team that you would have never thought you would have?
I think it's got to be my guy Travinsky. For me,
okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, dude.
We didn't know we were, going to get a chance to see him as often as we did.
Yeah.
So not our favorite player, like a guy at the beginning of the year.
Yeah. Thatcher Hurd for me.
That's a good one.
But Hurd had that weird character arc where he entered with all the expectation.
Yeah.
Then we all wrote him off.
Yeah.
And then he clawed his way back into our hearts.
Right.
Mine's easy. Gavin Guidry.
It
has to be Gavin Guidry. He came in as a shortstop. You didn't think much of him, and you're like, okay, he could pitch a little bit, and then he became your dominant back into the bullpen guy.
Was it you? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Was it you yesterday, Jake, that said he kind of has like psycho in him a little bit?
Yeah, like a good psycho.
A good way, in a good way.
Like great psycho energy.
Yeah.
I'd go Gavin Guidry or Nate Ackenhausen.
Yeah.
The bad body guys.
I'm going my thick kings. Yeah. Even though I knew I loved Beloso already, and we knew we loved Riley Cooper, but Nate Ackenhausen coming out of nowhere and stepping up in the way that he did.
I mean, he started game one of the World Series.
Yeah,
yep.
That's what I'm saying. That would definitely be up there.
I'm trying to get Beloso to come co-host with me and Rivers on Friday.
Oh, that'd be so sick, dude.
Yeah, we're trying to see if we can get him a pass to host with us from 9 to 10.
And then who? I mean, I'm trying to think about
this year.
Charmed. Or is that Angel? I don't know.
That's charm. If it's what it is on TV, you know that's charm.
Yeah. Cleavage, basically. God.
Alyssa Milano?
It's not Alyssa Milano, but yes, generally it is Alyssa Milano's
Yeah.
cleavage or Rose McGowan or
really anybody
can't
on
really
charm.
see who
Let's
that
be
is.
honest.
Yeah, anybody on charm, basically. Yeah.
2000s TV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's cleavage.
Who I know. I'm trying to think about a hitter.
For this year or last year?
No, for last year that I fell in love with.
Josh Pearson is.
Yeah.
But I liked him the year prior
Gavin
too.
Dugas was somebody that just every single year they're like, he's not gonna be good.
Yeah.
He's not. It was like he led the SEC in this category. It doesn't matter. Like, wait, what are we doing?
I don't think this quite counts. But watching Alex Milazzo become a 300 hitter was pretty incredible given where he was. Like we always knew he was a defensive beast, but watching him not be a complete liability, and in fact, sometimes he'd be a strength and come up with big game-winning hits at times was fantastic and surprising given that, he to me is the ultimate example of what Jay Johnson has talked about when it comes to development at the plate.
Yeah,
because it was an abject disaster, and then he ended up being pretty damn good. And I just loved like his leadership, and whenever he'd get in front of the media, I'd say Adam Fields says Braden Jobert. That's a great one.
I liked him the year before though.
Got a couple Bear Jones in there as
Yeah,
well.
I think he's going to be the one this year that because I already kind of like him, but I think this year he's going to really prove himself.
Avo Marjawani said, speaking of Alyssa Milano, did y'all see her start a GoFundMe for her kid's baseball
Yeah,
team?
and then went to the Super Bowl.
And then she went to the Super Bowl with the kid a week later?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, guys, she can't afford to go to the Super Bowl and the kids trip.
That's fair.
That's
absolutely true.
I mean, come
fair.
on, guys.
Travel baseball is a hell of a thing.
No, I'm kidding. That's a bad look.
Sometimes you got to make sacrifices.
The get-in price for the Super Bowl was, I think, like $8,000, and you know Milano's not going in with the cheapest tickets either. She really started a GoFundMe?
Yeah, to send her son to Cooperstown.
I ain't trying to get on anybody's money, but that's embarrassing. No, that's embarrassing, bro.
You're a celebrity.
Do a bake sale. You're a listener.
car wash.
Do a signing.
A car wash.
Do anything.
Do an ad real quick.
Yes.
Get your manager to get you an ad real fast.
Exactly. Like drum me up something.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a bad look. It's a bad look, Alyssa.
Yeah. Optics aren't great.
I mean, just sponsor the team yourself.
She's not great at optics.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, sponsor a team
like we had
yourself.
Team OTB Soccer who won the championship.
Yeah, that's right, baby. Taking home first dub.
Yeah.
They didn't finish number 9. They finished number 1.
That's right.
How about it? Even though Jake missed a key opportunity to do a slow-mo video with them all lifting the cup and the confetti falling.
That's true. I blew it.
Gray Bear says Tommy Tanks. I mean, I guess true in a way. Even though he entered with all the expectation, we expected to love him. He even exceeded our wildest dreams, especially with the moments at the end of the year, which just, you know what?
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
right.
ever.
Yeah,
we were saying
talked about
yesterday, yeah.
Like, we all remember where
It's a
we
core
were.
memory.
I remember where I was.
Yeah.
I was randomly in the airport. I don't even remember why I was in the airport. I just know I was in the airport, and I was watching my phone, and there were a bunch of LSU fans, that we all were, and everybody just started going crazy at just some random terminal out of nowhere.
I was
Love
waiting
that.
on Baby Harlow.
Oh, wow.
I
Hell
was
yeah.
in the studio producing that game.
Probably just celebrating all by yourself.
Oh my God, all by myself,
Yeah.
going insane in the studio.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, but that's a team that, we all fell head over heels with and will continue, or will always be there in our mind as they take the toughest road possible to get to that championship. And now it's just made me fall even deeper and deeper in love with college baseball, which has been a continued thing over the last few years for me.
Do we have a player like on this year's squad that is new to the LSU baseball team that we're kind of looking forward to maybe more than others?
I mean, I kind of feel, I feel awful for Luke Holman. I'm excited to see him, but like we talk about falling up Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels. Well, guess what? You have to do that. You have to follow up Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
And that man was automatic. Speaking of fall in love, Paul Skeens.
I'll give you a guy, Jake. Michael Braswell at shortstop.
Yeah.
He's really locked down that position. And look, Jordan
Really?
Thompson was great in the World Series. He came up with a lot of big hits in Game 3, but he was a liability at times defensively. I mean, there's make no bones about it. I mean, he was
Defensively? I mean, I guess he had.
I mean, last year was.
I thought last year was pretty
improvement.
fantastic.
No, he was better,
right?
but remember, he had that bad slump at the plate, and then it kind of started to affect his fielding just a little bit, and then he got the bat back. But all accounts out of the scrimmages is that Michael Braswell has locked down that shortstop spot.
Yeah.
I'm going to Mac Bingham.
He's going to be a good one.
Transfer from Arizona.
Outfielder, transfer from Arizona.
Went to Torrey Pines High School. We used to work out there back in the day. So all Pac-12 player. Obviously knows Jay Johnson, being from Arizona. Great name.
Is Riley Cooper still on the team?
A good one.
No, he got drafted. Damn. Ackenhausen is, though.
Rip. Nice. Ackenhausen actually is going to be exciting to see can he build up the potential that he showed last year.
Rip. Nice.
To be fair, I have not really studied the new roster that much yet. I need to dive in. I need to watch the documentary from last year that I've been putting off to kind of grease me up for the season. And then, I'm just excited to watch the games and see who develops. And Jay's going to be tinkering. Jay loves tinkering here early on.
Yeah.
Kind of moving the pieces around.
That's why. So yesterday we were talking about the lineup and the pitching rotation, and like Taylor and I both gave like predictions of what we thought it was going to be. But I feel like with Jay Johnson, it's very hard to predict what's going to happen because he will switch it up no matter what. He holds the cards very tight to the vest.
Yes, he never answers, and he also
huge Jay Johnson fan, by the way.
Think about 2 years ago when they had no pitching, and he would manage games down to like this one guy that we have is a good matchup for this one batter, and there'd be like 18 pitching changes. But the point is like he will leave no stone unturned in terms of figuring out what the most ideal matchups are. And so,
I love him.
Who knows where it's going? You have a Nick Saban. You have a more personable Nick Saban as your baseball coach.
He's awesome.
Like, hold on to that man for as long as you can.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He could be like the next Skip or our Augie.
Yeah. Yeah. And look, to already get the natty monkey off your back.
Yeah.
You had to throw Augie in there being from Texas.
It's true, dude.
But it's Skip and Augie, even,
And he mentioned Augie. I think last time we talked to him. Look at our girl Livy shining on the TV right now.
Speaking of Paul Skeens.
Yes, exactly. Power couple. Our power couple.
Yeah.
All right, when we get back, more HB, let's get to some of these combine invites. Just got a lot of college football news to get to as well. Some rule changes in the air. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Hey, guys, listen up. Central Plumbing is hiring, and we have immediate openings for apprentices and for licensed plumbers. So if you want top wages, you want full bennies, you want to call 225-925-8552. They also have a great apprenticeship school in which you can finish and become that fully licensed plumber. Just again, call 225-925-8552 and send your resume to jay@centralplumbing.org, jay@centralplumbing.org, and get with the best in the business, Central Plumbing.
Yeah, like we did the last couple of days, 24/7 always means 365 as well. So if you're watching the Super Bowl and something happens to your bowl, well, you don't have to worry about it, okay? Because they're going to come out. They are going to come out right then, and they're going to handle whatever you've got going on because emergency service, they are always right there for you. Again, 225-925-8552, always online at centralplumbing.org.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The importance of doing this Fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the Fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a Fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our #1 product is always customer satisfaction. Visit us online at Relief Windows.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
I mean, 15-year-old Jake.
There is nothing I love more than
Loving this, Bo.
See, you can never judge a book by its cover. Because you see a 318 fullback, little chubby 15-year-old playing nose guard
right
at Evangel, and you're not thinking this is how he's living. You're not thinking he's getting down like this.
I'm going to remember you said that.
What?
No judging the book by its cover. I'm going to remember you said that.
No, I can judge. I got you figured out just from like one glance your direction.
What I really think about, though, is... and
People are like onions. Shout out Shrek.
Yeah. We prefer husky nose guard.
Not chubby?
What I really think is there was never really a chubbiness. Well, maybe down the road. Like if I was a dad and this little 15-year-old husky nose guard is like giving my daughter a CD that has Jagged Edge on it.
What?
I mean,
bro.
I didn't. You're 15. Like,
don't let me get my hands on
I don't
you.
know. This is a banger. It's like, what would I feel about that now? Like if that was, my daughter that this kid's passing mix CD.
Yeah, get ready. Only a few years. Yeah, I'm gonna have Bobby. I'm gonna have Bobby trained up on the classic.
See, I don't have to worry about that though.
Giving mixed CDs to Harlow.
I just like, hey, 3 brothers, y'all go handle up on Quad Bob.
You never seen? Have you ever seen Triple R, the Indian action movie?
No, but I know you love it.
It's fantastic. But I don't know this reference is gonna make sense to anyone. No one's ever seen it. But in the opening scene, one dude basically fights like 200, and that's gonna be Bobby battling the brothers to get to Harlow, just taking them out one by one to get the mission done.
I don't know. Colt was giving you a run for your money the other day. Brittany's baby when he was here.
Yeah. That's right. I was like, wait, who's Colt? What are you talking about?
Colt.
Yeah,
Little
shout
baby
out.
Colt.
Oh, damn, baby. I know his name Colt.
Colt Lane.
Damn. Oh, Colt Lane.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Cowboy name.
Hey, fella.
Yeah, if your child's named Colt Lane, I think you belong on 100.7.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I'd say that is,
I think it also comes with a shiny belt buckle.
that's a real one. Right there. Alondra played Trapped in the Closet. I've not thought about the hip opera in a long time, dude.
I mean, I at the time I was like, this
Is
is
that-
well done.
Yeah. I think it's that R. Kelly?
That's the aura.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, we can't play R. Kelly.
No, we can't play R. Kelly.
I mean,
like, I think we can.
you could.
You
but
can play
can't.
Remix to Ignition on Fridays, and that's the only thing that's allowed.
Is there?
Yes, that is the only thing that's allowed.
So, Usher played at the Super Bowl the other day. Him
did?
and R. Kelly have a song together called Same Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
like,
That song is
honestly,
so
in
funny, dude.
retrospect, is a little concerning if Usher and R. Kelly were messing with the same girl.
Yeah.
Not a good look for
Not
what you want if you're Usher to
No.
be tied to that man in that way.
Mm-mm.
So okay, I had this on Flestering, Jake, because I was gonna ask, I was gonna kind of pick yours and Matt's brains about going to the combine.
They invited Matt to the combine?
Did they? I was gonna
I
ask
think
you.
he did, yeah.
Right? I mean, I figure if you're the national championship
I
winning
think
quarterback,
he got the
right?
last invite.
If you're the national championship winning quarterback, you probably get to go.
Yeah, he did.
Shout out Mr. Irrelevant. But 8 LSU players invited to the combine. Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas, Charles Turner, Jordan Jefferson, Mason Smith, Mekhi Wingo, Andre Sam. Who do y'all think needs the combine most out of that crew?
Mason Smith.
Yeah, I think it's not even close.
Yeah, I think Mason Smith, because that's going to be the thing that he probably has that's the most attractive is his size and his athletic ability and
we don't got
speed
film
and
to
all
fall
those
back
things.
on.
No, I mean, the film this year is not the film that he would want to put out there.
Yeah.
And we talked about it all football season long. So like an event like this, he can go and he can show out. And then there's going to be a defensive line coach, coordinator that's like, you know what, maybe it was actually the coaching that he didn't get at LSU. Like we go back, we watch the freshman tape, we see flashes. Well, this is a physical freak. We can get something out of this. So I think for him, of all these players, because Charles Turner had the ability to go to the Senior Bowl. He had a good week. That was, for him, that was important. Jordan Jefferson, same thing. For Malik Neighbors and Jaden Daniels and Brian Thomas, they would have to underperform to mess where they're going to get drafted.
What do you think Jaden's going to do?
God, I hope he runs.
He'll save the workout for Pro Day. Do you think he'll run at the combine or just save the run for Pro Day?
I hope he runs.
I hope he runs too, because I want to see what he's going to turn out there. But, you know, sometimes guys can find the more friendly confines of hand timing at Pro Day a little more desirable than the brutal electronic time of Indianapolis. But I wouldn't expect him to throw, right? Probably not till Pro Day.
I guess it depends on what Caleb Williams and Drake May do.
Yeah, true.
Maybe if they decide, I can't see both of them throwing, but if one throws, does that put pressure on Jaden? Because let's go Drake May throws.
Yeah.
And Jaden and him are competing for that number 2 spot. It's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe he does. But I would certainly do some testing because I think he's going to test through the roof.
That's like, I want to see Brian Thomas's numbers. Now I know Malik's are probably going to be awesome as well, but I don't even know that this is like accurate at all. It's just how I feel. I feel like Thomas is just going to like blow people away with his measurables, with his length, his speed, his jumps. So we'll wait and see.
So for Malik, and I know I've got like literally an LSU hoodie on, and there's some bias nature to what I'm about to say. Like, if you don't take Malik in the top 10 picks, then you're going to regret it. Like, I almost, in certainty, you're going to regret it. And I know that there's some receivers out there. I think Roma Dunze is a fantastic football player.
Yeah.
I think he's going to play for a long time. I think Malik Neighbors is better.
Yeah.
I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is a really good football player. I said it all football season long. And we know the lineage that he has. We know all the things about him. I think Malik Neighbors is a better football player. I think he was this year, and I think the upside of Malik Neighbors is better and stronger. And so I know there's some really good receivers. I think there's 3 ones in the top 10, including those 3 players. Malik Neighbors, to me, still has another level that we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah, and then how about Andre Sam? Did I mention Sam?
You did.
Sam got invited as well, which I feel like it's a really, that's an accomplishment, man. It is very tough to get invited to the combine. Shout out Andre Sam. Here's to hoping that he can go and put his best foot forward. It's the latest of what has been just a consistent climb through the ranks of football. Certainly he struggled at times last year, got better at the end. Again, he probably suffers from the same kind of dragging down that we kind of attribute to everybody on that LSU defense. So good on Sam. So LSU has 8 players. There were 7 teams that brought 10 or more. Michigan sets the record, which I didn't know was a record until Jake told me. 18 players invited to the combine for Michigan.
Yeah, it breaks LSU's record from the 2019 team.
Damn. How many did LSU have that year?
16, I believe.
Wow. So 18 from Michigan alone. You got 13 from Washington. Okay, how about that? Like that's a good team, even though everybody's still trying to act like they were like TCU or some. Obviously not the case. 12 players from FSU, showing you just how supremely talented that team was as well. 11 from Texas, 11 from UGA, 10 from Bama, and 10 from Penn State. Once again, showing you that James Franklin has to find a way to get out of his own way when it comes to offense and offensive coordinators, and Penn State could actually be a real national title contender.
So there's we can get into the conversation because the 12-team playoff we saw the numbers yesterday, 6 years, $7.8 billion. So we know there's going to be a point of focus on the 12-team playoff. No team might have more pressure than Penn State to actually get to the 12-team playoff because they've been saying, hey, if we could only get to, well, it's here now. And so there's other teams that expectation is going to raise. Ole Miss is another place where they're going to start to expect to try to get to a 12-team playoff, but no team, I think, more than Penn State.
Fon Sanzarelli says, by for YouTube chat, 18? Damn, no wonder Jim Harbaugh went to San Diego. Or I guess he meant LA, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
LA.
But
Orange County, technically.
Yeah, I mean, look, to be fair, it's a good point, right? Like, go out on top and don't have to rebuild after you had everything come together in a perfect storm of good. This is it also reinforces how tough it's going to be for Sharon Moore next year.
Stop looking up there. He told us at Big Ten Media Day that they were going to set the record.
Yeah.
They were going to set the record for NFL draft choices in a single draft. And it looks like, he might be right.
We'll see.
Because there's guys that will be drafted that didn't go to the combine.
He called 20.
He called 20.
He called 20, which would be truly wild. We'll see. Speaking of the college football playoff, it looks like the format may be changing. Let's break it down next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com, All-Star Toyota BatonRouge.com. Join the All-Star family. Get a new vehicle, Toyota certified used vehicle, rent, cheaper per day rental prices for rental companies. But what if you just get in an accident? Okay, you're looking for a body shop. You need your car serviced. Hit up the All-Star Service Center. Does not have to be a Toyota. Does not have to be from All-Star. They are very conveniently located right there on Airline in Goodwood. They have, like I said, the rental cars right there on site. They have a shuttle service that'll drop you off, pick you back up. Free professional estimates. Incredible lines of communication throughout the entire process. And if you mention T-Bob, Jake, or OTB, you get $100 towards that deductible. All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
And they also have something for everybody and every lifestyle. So if you need something bigger, smaller, better on gas, you need a truck because you got to haul something, whatever it might be, they've got you covered. So many different options. The full fleet is available buying new, leasing, and renting. All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
T-Bob and Jake, if you're the Saints, you drafted at 14, trade up or nah?
What was the edge rusher from Houston Christian?
Jalix Hunt, maybe?
Yeah, that's
Did
it.
I make that up?
No, that's it. Jalix Hunt.
Yeah.
So, Jake, you saw a mock draft on ESPN with them taking who at 14? O-line?
Yeah, the tackle from Oklahoma.
Guyton.
The NFL.com has them taking Roma Dunze at 14, and then Zach Zinter in round 2. Zinter's a beast, dude. If you get Zinter, and maybe it's just because he has name recognition as an O-lineman, which is hard to achieve, but I feel like I'd be very pleased with Zinter round 2, for sure. But we will see. CBS Sports has the Saints taking Laiatu Latu at 14. Now that would be pretty exciting, huh?
Gosh, I wonder if Latu will be there at 14.
Yeah.
It would be. I mean, I think he is a day one impact player that would be on the field in some capacity.
Y'all are talking about Guyton.
I would not trade up, by the way. Mickey Loomis trade up too many times. No more trade up. Chill out and trade up for a little bit.
A guy that's going to be there, maybe. He's kind of been projected in that mid-teen range, right where the Saints are picking. It's J.C. Latham out of Alabama, the offensive tackle. I mean, he was a really good player for a number of years. I get it.
I saw South Florida.
Was he really good, though? I mean, that's where it gets weird. Like, I feel like the Alabama offensive line.
Well, he got better as the year went along, just like everything on that offense did.
Yeah, that's fair.
He'll be there.
He's
He'll
projected.
be there at 14.
I think most people projected him to go like 17, 18 range, so he'll be there at
14.
it
would make sense to be in the tackle market.
Yeah.
Given that you kind of don't have much of a plan
He's
on
at
either one right now.
27 in this
Okay,
ESPN
there you go.
mock. 27.
But no, I mean, am I right? I mean, would y'all trade up? I would not trade up.
I wouldn't.
It depends on what do you think is your biggest need, and if you have somebody that you absolutely love. Here's the thing that I don't love about what the Saints do sometimes. Sometimes they trade up just to trade up, it feels like. Like, you have to really love a prospect, and you have to believe that somebody else is trading up to go get that guy if he's still in the range. If you're at 14, he's still there at 9, 10, and you're like, I think I can move up to get this guy. And I know the team behind me, the Seahawks at 16.
Yeah.
I know that they love him as well. We got to move up a little bit because they're trying to be aggressive. Then yes. I don't know how many people were fighting to get up to select Marcus Davenport.
No.
You know what I mean? But that's what they have done in the past. It's like, man, why are you moving up? And like you move up for a Olave, okay, all right. I can see that one.
They've been pretty shrewd in terms of moving up in those middle rounds at times. And because they've really liked the guy and ended up working out. I think Alvin Kamara would be on that list. David Onyemata.
Tommy Stevens
would be on that list. Well, yeah, but the problem is there's also guys like that on there. And then you also you've done that so many times that you've kind of eroded a lot of future resources, and so you don't really have as much to play with. And I can't remember, it was a quote a few weeks ago with Ireland where he was basically saying as much about how, like, well, yeah, okay, everybody talked about the 2017 draft. Look at all the picks that we had in the first 3 rounds. Like, okay, if you want that to happen again, you have to actually give me picks to play with. And nobody has traded up more in the Loomis era than have the New Orleans Saints. So, yeah, I would maybe say pump the brakes on that. Do you think they try to build resources by moving Marshawn Lattimore? Remember, they reworked his contract to where if they would trade him, he would basically be on the hook to whoever they would trade to as opposed to the Saints paying for it. That said, he's maybe the best player on the entire team, but he has been injured. And Alontae Taylor and Paulson Debo have been really good and getting better. And even like Isaac Yiadom did well last year when he was forced into action. And so, I mean, okay, because here's the deal. It's not going to be for less than a first rounder. If a team comes to you with a first round offer, do you look to move Lattimore?
Where's the pick at?
Well, that's what I was about to say. So,
good question.
Like on this mock draft, the first corner off the board is at 15 to the Colts. Okay, so you're trying to find out like who would try to use a first round resource on a corner. 19, the Rams has them taking a corner. So would 15, 19, Eagles at 22, like would that move the needle enough for you to move on from Lattimore? I think if you you start talking about a top 15 pick.
Top 15, I would say.
And if you had 14 and 15, you can move up almost wherever you wanted if you truly love somebody at 7.
I think it's also tough to say it's tough to gauge Lattimore's relationship with the Saints outside looking in, I would say. Is that unfair? Because we don't have any news where it's like outright bad or anything, but it feels like maybe between the lines there's been some kind of surface tension. Obviously, he's dealt with a lot of injury problems over the last couple of years. I guess what I'm kind of getting at is I wonder where he falls on the cultural divide in that locker room.
Right. He hasn't had like a messy relationship with the Saints, but him and DA have been on different pages at times. I think that's fair to say.
James Legg says, T-Bob, you can't trade Lattimore because restructure contract. No, to my understanding, the restructure is to make him much more tradable. And in that, if you do trade him, that money will be on the hook for the other team as opposed to you. Now, you still will be dealing with some dead money, but again, like top 15 pick, I think that's something that you have to entertain.
To Jake's point, let's say you keep 14, you trade Lattimore for 15, okay? You have to really love someone to go up. Like Jake mentioned 7, okay? 7's the Tennessee Titans. You trade with them, you could take at 7, you could take Joe Alt. He's head and shoulders the best tackle in this draft.
See, my deal is, though, if I'm trading for a first-round pick, again, I understand packaging.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who do
the
they
only
love?
The only people I ever want to package and move up for is a quarterback.
Yeah, and who do they love? That's the thing. Like, who did the Saints love enough to move up? I don't know if there's a guy out
but I'm saying I think it's just, forget about moving up. I think it's also attractive to think about just having 2 first-round picks to use.
Yes.
And try to
if you had 14
increase.
and 15, you could get a tackle and J.J. McCarthy or Michael
exactly.
Pittman or whoever.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, you're at 14. You're like, which guy do I take? Doesn't matter. You got back-to-back picks. Like, if you take 14 and 15, I'm not trading them. I'm just keeping them and picking back-to-back.
So we'll see. We'll be watching Marshawn Lattimore certainly closely as this offseason continues. As you know, those conversations are always happening behind the scenes. I kind of doubt anybody's going to want to give up a big-time first-round pick. Teams just hate to do it more and more nowadays. But well, again, the news cycle will develop over the next couple of months. All right, sorry, we got a little distracted there, thanks to that chat question, because I do want to talk about some of these impending college football changes, as with the death of the Pac-12, the playoff format is going to change, and we have an idea now of what is expected to get ratified. We'll break it down next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com. They're the best, man. They're right there in Gonzales, Louisiana. You need steel, real steel, purlin, tubing, sheet metal, steel buildings. Get it all at Community Steel. It's all made right there on site. Remember, straight from the wholesaler to Gonzales to you, okay? No middlemen like these national companies jacking up the price on the back end needlessly so everybody gets their cut. You get that human attention to detail relationship, that human service from the live and local sales team, and you can go feel the products before you buy, and you can walk through the steel buildings. They are the absolute best. Community Steel Company, CommunitySteelCo.com.
Yeah, when you go to that website, if you're looking at the top right corner, click on Community Steel. It'll take you to exactly where they're located in Gonzales, Louisiana, and you can go see them right now. They are ready, waiting on you. You can also call them at 225-647-2020, CommunitySteelCo.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Brack teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Brack, your #1 park system in the nation.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
It was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time to slip away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
There's never been a better time to catch a John Deere deal from the crew of Sunshine. Ask us about our low monthly payment options on our tractor packages and let the good times roll. With equipment strong enough to power one of the world's largest celebrations, we've got your needs covered too. Learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2024.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
So, welcome back to OTB. College football playoff. Pac-12's dead, right? So now, Jake, we can no longer have the 5 Power 5 champs and then the one group of 5 team with 6 at large, which means, like many are expecting, that the group, I don't know who, I can't remember who actually makes this vote, but they're expected to vote on a model that would include the 5 highest ranked conference champions and then the next 7 highest ranked teams. And at first I heard this, was like, wait, that's a bit confusing. But wait, no, I'm an idiot. It's the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
Because the conference champions from the Power 4 will be among the highest 5. And then it'll naturally sift to whoever the best next conference champion is from the group of 5. I guess, is it a bit interesting? Does that mean, though, that it wouldn't be... that
they would get the 12 spot?
Well, no, I'm just thinking, like, would there ever be a situation where a group of 5 team could be like the highest ranked team but not win their conference? But no, I don't think that.
No,
would
probably
not.
not.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
So now you got, instead of 6 auto bids, you're gonna have 5 auto bids, opening up a 7 spot. And I gotta say, I think probably the Big Ten and the SEC are probably the big winners there. Because those are
They're trying to get 4 teams in.
Yes.
Or whatever it might be.
Yes, those are the teams that are gonna be flirting with a ton of guys kind of log jammed in that 11 through 15 spots.
Yeah, it opens up a new spot for them, and they had to make a move. I mean, you can't have the winner of Oregon State, Washington State get into the college football playoff, and so they had to change the model. And I wonder, like, is it automatically, hey, this team's going to slot into the 12 spot, like that Power 5, whoever that 5th team is, to be able to get an automatic qualifier?
I think, okay, how would seeding... It's a good question, because the top 4 will get buys, and I wonder, is it like after the buys, then yes, then everybody's just seeded according to where you're ranked, or if a conference champion gets some
do they
higher
get
seed?
special treatment?
I wouldn't think so.
Because if you're the 12 seed and Liberty's the 5 seed, you're loving that.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. I would have to imagine that you're probably going to have the 4 buys, and then you'll just go by rankings after that. Now, maybe a group of 5 teams just like so dominant that they're ranked above a team until they get seeded higher, but I don't think they're going to be slotted into a higher seed.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And it would take a special run. It would take a Cincinnati-like run for them to be not 12. Like the last couple of years, there's been some really good teams. Like Tulane a couple of years ago, they're really good, beat USC, but they still would have been 12. Liberty would have been 12 this year.
So the Pac-12 is in a weird spot where the Pac-12 is only Washington State and Oregon State now?
Yeah, and they moved on from George Kliavkoff.
Yeah, they got separated, which I thought was funny.
It's like, wait a
Messy
minute.
divorce.
They kind of got separated a long time ago, as soon as those teams left.
But that is what's holding this all up. There's a lot of weird legal stuff where basically those 2 schools have been trying to kind of pause the process a bit. And everybody's kind of talking out the side of their mouth a little bit, talking out the side of their neck, if you will, as they're all saying the right things publicly. Like they're saying, like, well, we're not trying to just slow everything down. We just want to make sure that we're protected or whatever. And then everybody's like, look, we're cool. We understand. But, like, we do need to make a decision, and we do need to bring this to a vote. And so, yeah, it feels like the Pac-12 is finally going to have to accept its fate. Not this year. Now, they scheduled a bunch of Mountain West teams this year, but I heard that maybe in the future there could be an actual merger there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you retain the Pac-12 name or whatnot, but they would not be considered a Power 5. Although it's funny now, they're calling it the Autonomy 5, which is just awful. But it's obviously in pursuit of, like, I don't know, like not like hurting people's feelings who aren't in the Power 4.
That's awful.
Yeah, the Autonomy 5. They would still be they would not be an Autonomy 5. They'd still be eligible in the 5 to 7 model. So maybe actually a sneaky, I'm trying to think, is that maybe actually a sneaky win for Oregon State and Washington State? Like, if Oregon State turns in the amount of wins these last couple of years, maybe even a little bit better because they're going against a slightly easier schedule, do they sneak in as one of those top 12 teams? They flirted with it even at times here recently. We'll see. We'll see. But ESPN, they're going to still have it all. As I guess y'all talked about this, 6 years, $7.8 billion.
No, that was after the show yesterday.
Oh, okay. So, it breaks down. It breaks that ESPN signs a 6 year, $7.8 billion extension with the CFP, $1.3 billion a year. ESPN going to be hosting the playoffs through the 2031-2032 season. And what's crazy is the current contract is $608 million a year. So if you're wondering why they went to a 12-team playoff, well, I mean, I know inflation plays a part as well, but look at that. A literal doubling or a near literal doubling of what you're making right now.
And it's at an all-time high as far as
no, it is a
viewership.
literal doubling. I'm an idiot.
Yeah. As far as viewership and popularity, I mean, you saw with Michigan and Washington this year and all the resources, and it's like truly a show, and it's on the biggest stage and all those things. Yeah, so you get more games, you're going to pay more money. And the value's at an all-time high.
Hey, I do want to remind you all about the MMR Group, guys, the largest industrial contractor in the entire nation. We're so excited to be joined with the MMR Group. And if you want to ignite your career, well, MMR is the largest privately owned electrical and instrument contractor in the country, and they're seeking talented individuals to join the team. For over 3 decades, MMR has been headquartered right here in Baton Rouge, but they have offices all over the globe. And they offered a tailored path for professional and personal development. You couple that with outstanding benefits, a dynamic culture, and so whether you're a student, you're seeking an internship, your beginning career, or a seasoned pro, apply now at mmrgrp.com.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. on Wednesday, February 14th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect partly cloudy skies with a high of 68. In hour 3 of today's show, we're going to talk, well, sports, I guess. We're going to discuss college football from a national perspective, and we'll look at a little bit of LSU as well. Probably, maybe, not really sure yet. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it at the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. And watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now. Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo, yo, yo.
Oh, what up, y'all? Welcome in. Happy Valentine's Day. You know, if you're in a relationship, congrats. You know, I hope you have a great day. I hope you have enough planned, or you and your other have a understanding of what today will bring. Otherwise, you're going to be in for a fight. And if you're not, F him. Who cares, dude? You know, go have fun. Go get some drinks, or go watch a movie, or go do whatever makes you happy here on this February 14th.
I am the only single person in this room.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I haven't been single since 2003.
Y'all like all are married to your high school sweethearts too. So
have not been single a long time. I have no dating experience, no hooking up experience. I have no real
but good luck
life
out there.
experience
I was about to say,
whatsoever.
I mean, good for y'all.
Good luck.
To be honest, yeah.
I
Thank you.
haven't been single since 2014.
Pray
Early
for me.
2014.
Prayers are needed.
No. You know what's needed? Wine and
Some champs?
whatever you want. Yeah, some champs. Maybe some hard drugs.
Okay, yeah.
You know, all things that you're really supposed to lean into if you're upset, because it's the healthy way to cope with
I
it.
should come in like still drunk tomorrow.
You have to. It's work. You
Yeah.
can't skip work.
T-Bob does
Can't
it
skip
once
a
a
random.
you
You can't skip
did.
a random Thursday.
You did.
Jeff G just said, surprised T-Bob didn't take off for Valentine's
Seriously.
Day.
He should have just taken the whole. He's not gonna be here Friday.
Oh my God, dude. Hey.
No, I mean, it makes sense. Tuesday, Mardi Gras. Wednesday, Valentine's. Thursday, day after Valentine's.
Yeah,
Friday's
you can't
leaving.
work
I mean,
then, right?
Should have been the whole week.
Now when you go that hard, I mean, I'm planning on drinking probably 2 bottles of wine tonight, so
Ayo.
can't be coming into
Slow
work
it
tomorrow.
down, T-Bob.
You can come into work drunk though, obviously, right?
Actually, like you can drink. I believe the only person that can't technically drink is producers.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Sorry,
according to like the
guys.
FCC,
okay.
I think you can have drinks on air.
You
Not that
better
we've
keep it
ever
on the
cared,
rails.
but producers cannot.
I love this. So my guy SEC Mike, host of that SEC podcast, you all should check out. It's great. He says this comment on Gators Reddit sums up the current state of NIL quite nicely, and it's a person posting on the Gators subreddit. They say, "quote What was once let the kids do some local dealership commercials has now become I have to put aside money every month so we don't lose to Arkansas." That's fantastic. And really, I mean, what's funny is like that's going to be the big push from LSU's collective here pretty soon. Probably is trying to raise more grassroots advertising as, you know, a lot of these schools already had the big money guys figured out because they've been getting money from them for a while.
Yeah.
And now every school's, you know, going to try to continue to crank up the everyman. All right, just a subscription service, dude. You know, you pay for Netflix, right? Do you want to beat Mississippi State? Do you want to lose to Ole Miss? Okay. How bad do you want it? Prove it by subscribing. $9.99 a month.
I was about to say, what's the price? What are we talking here? $6.99, $9.99, $14.99.
For $9.99, we'll send you one sticker every month. How about that?
It's kind of like you can adopt like a starving kid.
Yeah.
You just send them
just
a penny.
60 cents a
day.
Yeah. But the problem is that starving kid's not going to win me SEC games. Okay. So
I mean, if you feed him enough, he might.
Hey, they just got their 49ers Super Bowl t-shirts yesterday.
Wait, if you feed him enough, you might. Yeah, we're gonna develop LSU's international ties, not out of any sort of goodness of our heart. Or doing the right things, but just trying to plant the seed.
I mean, you're also it's like a blindside situation where you
Yes.
get them like
That's mutually beneficial, though,
Yeah.
T-Bob. They get proper nourishment. You get a good football player.
Yeah.
That's mutually beneficial to both parties.
they made it out the streets, you know.
We're just taking the TUI strategy and just applying it just on the
Overseas,
macro. Okay, it's pretty good. I'm impressed, Joel. Nice brainstorming by you two back there. But you know what's funny? Florida really is having to worry about losing to Arkansas.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. And that's crazy. And that's a bad place to be because they putting that money in there and they just ain't had anything. They just can't get anything going, man. How about this? Derek Carr confirmed. This comes from /RNFL. I found it on Dat Boy Wolf's Twitter, who also does a very good Saints podcast and is an excellent follow on Twitter. But he tweeted out a screenshot from the NFL subreddit. Derek Carr could become the first quarterback to lose to all 32 teams. The record is currently losing to 30 teams. Carr is already there. He's tied with 9 other quarterbacks that are all retired. The 2 teams Derek Carr has yet to lose to, the Carolina Panthers and the Raiders. Of course, he will play the Panthers twice. And who does he play first game of the year next year?
Is it the Raiders? Knew it.
So he has he could end up with the stat that nobody wants, the inverse Brady. Yeah, sorry, I took your joke, Taylor. He could end up with 30, with losing all 32 teams.
No, I mean, we saw this a couple years ago with Brady, right? They were like, he left New England, and that's the only obstacle he had left. Look, all we got to do is get an upset from Carolina and Vegas, and Derek Carr stamps his name in the history book. So pulling for you, Derek.
Record-breaking quarterback.
He is.
Record-breaking, yeah. See, guys, that's marketing, okay? It's all about how you frame it. It's like when, you see like a big tech company and they don't want to get into sales, but they're like, but our engagement is way up. I mean, look at this, okay? Don't pay attention to these numbers. Look at these numbers over here.
No,
record breaker.
When Carr retires, he could be like, I hold an NFL record.
Doing something that no other quarterback has ever done in the history of the game.
Never.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, DC.
With the likes of Drew Bledsoe, Matt Hasselbeck.
Are these the other quarterbacks that have lost
Palmer.
to 30?
Yeah.
Okay, look, to be fair, you only get into that club if you play forever and start forever.
You got to play for a long time.
So you got to actually
Drew Brees is in it.
I was going to say you got to be a beast to some extent.
I was about to say all those QBs on that list are pretty good.
Yeah. So he is good. So we're back.
Right.
So Derek Carr's back.
Brees and Favre.
Final 6 games, Derek Carr. We are so back,
So
boys.
Brees and Favre have won against all 32 NFL teams, but they've also lost against 30 of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, still coming out in the in the black there on the ledger sheet.
Again, you play that long, then
things
like that are going to happen.
Right.
T-Bob, that's a fail. Why bring up Brady when you could have brought the hometown guy Brees? I actually didn't know that. I didn't know that Brees beat all 32 teams.
Yeah,
well, it makes sense because he played for the Chargers for a long time in the AFC, then the NFC for the Saints.
It was Brees, Favre, Manning, and Brady.
Okay, shout out.
Matt Ryan has lost to 29 teams.
The Manning's even more impressive because he played his entire career in the AFC, so
Yeah.
you only get so many opportunities against the NFC.
I think the Cannon owns an NFL record for most wins against the other conference in a row. I think he's like at 20 or something, or 15 or 20 or something, and Lamar Jackson almost beat it, or maybe did beat it this year. Cannot remember. But, yeah, you play long enough, you're going to have an opportunity. Anthony Smith Jr., how do we know the Raiders are the opening game? I actually don't know. I just read it on that post, so that could be maybe that's wrong. But they are on the schedule. We do know that they are on the schedule.
LSU's opening in Vegas. We know that.
It's true. Also true. Cannot wait for that. That's going to be fun. I also like hearing you say that you think we should have a real Vegas night when we're out there one night. I don't have to be, you're not going to have to twist my arm. I'm down. It's not going to take much convincing. Didn't Matt Flynn have a record? He had a Packers record.
Yeah,
it was
he had
most passing yards in a single
game. Yeah, Packers history. He might have had a record for most passing yards in a 2-game stretch.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
I think that one still holds,
He might
actually.
have had that.
Bill was his most touchdowns his first 3 games or something. Maybe so. Didn't he throw 6 against the Lions that time or something crazy?
Yeah, most missed days of flustering in a row. Definitely holds that.
Damn. Our boy was doing so good, too.
I know.
Showing up every week, locked in.
On time.
Pumped up, on time. What are you going to do?
He was serious too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
I really think that this was an honest mistake.
No,
from
it was.
Flynn.
It absolutely was. I
Yeah.
don't think there's any. Look, it's not hard to understand. He went on a trip with the boys.
Right.
You go on a random trip, and your days get all twisted. Like I started to do weekend winners this morning, because it felt like a weekend yesterday. Like it felt like how I feel coming in from Sunday. A lot of times, it was actually pretty glorious when I realized it was Wednesday.
And that's why you don't take a random day in the middle of the week off.
Yeah, or you do if you just need it every now and then. I've changed my mind.
Oh,
you're allowed to.
I was pro middle of the week taking off. You were the one that was not. So.
Now I'm against it again.
Okay.
Because
I understand why. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't. I mean,
Can't have that.
No,
Cannot
sometimes
have that.
you are the company you keep.
Right.
And if I'm
Birds
sitting
of a
here
feather.
sounding like a clown, well, I might as well put a red nose on.
I mean,
So no, you can't take off.
throw it on.
Jake, I've been looking for that black and white LSU windbreaker. Where did you get it? I can't find it anywhere. Dennis Allen wants to know in the chat. It says DA.
God, I'm thinking it's the one that Coach O used to wear all the time as well.
Yeah.
That was team issued from 2018 or 19. So
Vintage.
I'm not sure that there's a lot of those out there in the world. But Nike does sell one that is very similar, and you could just get somebody to maybe put the LSU logo on it for you. Because I actually have both.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't have a great follow-up. Besides just there's nothing more tantalizing or teasing than sick team-issued gear that never becomes available to the public.
Yeah.
It's always a bummer. Brian Burgess said much for a Friday or Monday off than any day during the week.
Oh, a Wednesday off would be.
Wednesday off's
telling you
pretty
guys.
fantastic. I'm
That's
not gonna
how
lie.
we started
Like a
the
Tuesday off
conversation.
felt pretty damn good. Because it gives you a little pseudo mini weekend to recharge your batteries there. And I didn't exactly recharge. Like we went hard. We were in New Orleans for 12 hours, partying hard, and I still feel great. So.
No, the Wednesday's the way to go. That's what I was telling you, like when I took the middle of the week off, because it's 2 work days, off a day, 2 work days, then 2 weekend.
But also, that's just purely if you're looking to recharge. But if you want to do a vacation or something,
Oh, yeah, for
obviously
sure.
a Friday or Monday, you can extend your time there. All right, I want to get to some of these. I mean, how much did we talk about Chip Kelly on this show? Did we touch on it too much?
We did a lot
talked about
yesterday.
it yesterday.
Okay. So we don't have to revisit that.
That's why we
necessarily.
had Bill Bender on, because he kind of covers everything, but the Big Ten's like his sweet spot.
How much did we talk about Ryan Grubb yesterday?
Well, pretty
Not
good.
as much as
Yeah.
we
Not
should
as-
have.
Yeah.
We should have laughed about it.
No, I think that's that slot's already taken here on the station.
True.
Speaking
very
of
true.
laughing about it, why did one of y'all put Texas A&M in the document?
Because it's hilarious.
That was me that put Texas A&M in the document, and if you're asking why I put it in there, it's because I hate Texas A&M.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah,
I mean, literally no other reason other than that.
Not
T-Bob,
clown behavior.
They lose to Vanderbilt.
We're talking SEC men's basketball, by the way.
SEC men's basketball last night. Vanderbilt 1-9 coming into that game. Their only SEC win against Missouri, who has 0 SEC wins. And who better to
defeated.
break a losing streak, T-Bob, than our boys in College Station, the Texas A&M Aggies. You can count on them. Just an athletic program that just breeds losing better than anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So much money, so much resources, so many high-dollar coaches, so much mediocre results. You got to love it.
More like Fuzz Billiams, you know?
Yeah.
You feel good about that one?
No. That was a completely lazily...
More like Buzzkill Williams.
I think I like that one even less, actually, though, because it still doesn't make sense and it doesn't sound funny either. And like Buzz Killiams was right there.
Buzz Killiams is good. We workshopped it together and we came up with something great. That's fine.
Great. Yeah.
Buzz
Better.
Killiams is pretty good.
Better.
Joey LeBlanc says, I'm trying to think if I hate Bama less now. I still just find Texas A&M to be so annoying.
I hate
Yeah,
A&M.
I don't hate Bama any
All
less
right.
now that Saban's not there, but I still hate A&M more.
Yeah, on this day of love, let's talk about who we hate.
Yeah, team you hate the most on this
Texas
day of
A&M.
love. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Texas
I just
A&M
said
for
mine.
you. It is?
Yeah.
Okay. T-Bob?
Alabama.
Okay. That's Florida. We know that.
Yeah,
F
it's
them
between
all.
like A&M and Florida. For
I mean,
me.
you're out here thriving, right? Like Florida's, I guess, yeah, the A&M crew's kind of
My
thriving as
A&M
well.
hate is generational though, because they used to be in the Big 12 with Texas.
I'm thriving because of how bad Florida has been, and I'm also thriving because they play Miami, A&M, Mississippi State, UCF, Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State next year.
Bruh.
So
What did Billy Napier do to offend the football gods?
I don't know, but it's
Bye, you
bad.
Billy.
Poor black spot Billy.
It is
Good luck,
bad.
bro.
All right. Speaking of that, we'll have Chris Doring on the show tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
This show? Or what show?
This show.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah, dude. Shout out CD.
Yeah.
Looking forward to chopping it up. All right. Let's go to break. And when we get back, I kind of want to talk a little bit more about the chip. Okay, we'll start with the Grubb stuff. So about Grubb and Scott Huff leaving to go to the Seahawks and how much it does or does not matter for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Keep it locked right here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
All-Star Toyota of BatonRouge.com. You need real Toyota service real fast. You want to go to the All-Star Toyota Service Center. You can sign up online and schedule a time. Walk-ins are always welcome, though, as well. And all makes and models are welcome, okay? This is not just Toyotas, and it doesn't have to be from All-Star. And we were like, well, okay, why would I go there? Well, first off, the quality of work is excellent. It's top-notch. I mean, obviously, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't be so successful. But it's the free professional estimate. It's the lines of communication where they're texting you throughout the process, immediate responses. They don't go ahead and make any big decisions without you making the final call. It's the shuttle service that'll drop you back off and pick you back up. It's like a one-day job. It's the rental cars that are right there on site, cheaper than per day rental the other rental companies. So it's all there for you at All-Star. Mention OTB, $100 true deductible.
Go to that website, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com, to reserve your vehicle today, allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
It's amazing how you knock me off my feet. Every time you come around me, I get weak. Yeah. Nobody ever made me feel this way. You kiss my lips and then you take my breath away. So I wanna know.
I can just see.
Just thinking of my thick kings.
A cargo short wearing T-Bob Hebert in front of a Chili's.
Tell him.
Just letting Caitlin know.
Tell him.
Just letting her know how much he loves her.
Confess my love, baby. Maybe I should bring her to Chili's tonight.
I think
Go
that's
back
actually
to where it
the
all
move.
began.
And then she can be like, even if she doesn't like it, she can be like, "Oh my gosh, T-Bob, that was so thoughtful of you."
I need to.
2 for $25 is my favorite.
Yeah.
Dude,
Look,
don't knock
I
Chili's.
love
I
Chili's.
love Chili's.
Brian from Talk 1073, he got me a Chili's gift card for Christmas because I love Chili's. Wow. Yeah.
Chili's hits.
Yeah.
Just like the song from Joe. What happened to Joe?
I don't know. I've never heard of him. This is the first I've heard of him.
Hold up.
Yeah, I got to be honest. His name's just Joe.
Just Joe.
Yeah, this is
like
the first
when
time
you
I've heard of
told
him
me
either.
that, I was like, does he have a last name? But I didn't. I just looked it up.
Yeah,
I thought
didn't know either.
he de-aged.
Y'all know that song, though, right?
I don't know that
Nope.
song.
No, I never heard it. It sounds good though.
So
I thought
Jake's
he
actually the only
de-aged
one
and
that knows.
transitioned to became JoJo, that 13-year-old girl.
Well,
That was
okay,
awesome.
you
at
said
singing.
I want to know by Joe. I thought like you just left out Jodeci, and I was gonna play like Jodeci.
No,
like
I do
thought
love
you were.
Jodeci,
I thought you were nicknaming
and I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know Joe.
No.
I'm not
Burrow?
a big. Yeah, I know Joe Burrow all day. You know?
Montana?
Yeah, I know him.
Shoeless Joe? Jackson?
I mean, everybody knows
Joe
Joe
Namath?
Jackson. Yeah. Namath,
probably
I know.
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe Montana?
You already said that.
Mean Joe Green?
Buck.
Oh, damn it.
Everybody knows Joe Buck.
Yeah, everyone does know Joe Buck, to be fair. No, I've never heard of Joe. In fact, that's very funny that it's just a single name. When I was listening to that, though, I did just have like a montage of like Nate Ackenhausen, Cade Beloso, and Riley Cooper floating through my head.
So this happened to me yesterday. I'm driving home, and it's just me and my oldest son, Jackson, who's 14. And Jackson, like he knows a lot of old things. Like he knows music and sports, and he can always go back. And so I had my phone plugged in, and it was playing some Diddy song. It was Diddy and Usher, because I had an Usher playlist for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Who's Diddy?" I'm like, "Oh, P Diddy." He goes, "Who's P Diddy?" I was like, "Puff Daddy." He's like, "Who's Puff Daddy?" I'm like, "Wait a minute, this man's got 3 names, and you don't."
Puffy.
You don't know any of them?
He had no idea who Diddy was.
Dang.
And then I'm playing It's All About the Benjamins. I'm playing Missing You. I'm playing like nothing.
Do y'all remember he had that
Surprised me.
show? I forget what it's called, but like, you remember that girl band Danity Kane?
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
like managed them, and they had a show.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was
Is it
called.
the same thing as O-Town? Or am I crazy?
Maybe it's on MTV. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Might
feel
have
like
been
they're
the
both
same
on
show.
MTV, and it was kind of like making a
Making a
group,
band.
making
I
a
think
band.
was the name of the show. I
Yeah.
think. Like,
It's
making a
so
band.
simple. Yeah, making the band is what it
Favorite
was called.
MTV show from back in the day.
Next.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Next
Literally
was great.
I mean,
next.
Room
or the
Raiders
one,
was great, but I start sweating thinking about T-Bob and Room Raiders.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, though, I mean, now that we're older, right? I guess we all know that's all pretty scripted, right? But
Yeah.
Room
Yeah,
Raiders
but-
loses some of the appeal when you realize that they weren't actually kidnapping people
Right.
Right.
and going into their
but
rooms.
like
The
the
one with the
disrespect
parents.
on Next, though.
Yes.
I mean, think about that. Like, you walk onto a bus,
and people
it
be
is
like,
first
"Next."
impression, and they're like, "You're busted." Next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that
People
would
that
crush
walk
my
on,
soul.
yeah, and immediately get nexted.
Well,
Like,
no.
Oh my
So we have the
gosh.
dynamics just a little flip because you walk
Off the bus, right? Yeah.
and then you have to, and if you get instant nexted,
You got to go
You gotta
back.
go
You gotta go
face
back on the bus.
immediately a head
Everybody,
hanging,
all these 7
and all
other
the-
people
yeah.
in there know you got
and the other
nexted.
homies are there, and you only got $1, and you got to walk immediately back on. You be like, screw that girl anyway, and everybody's like,
No, as far as old MTV shows, MTV Cribs for me.
Pimp My Ride.
I
Pimp My
always
Ride
loved,
was
dude.
good.
I always loved True Life.
True Life. Oh my gosh,
True
I was
Life was
addicted
awesome.
to
Yeah.
True Life.
True Life was fan.
They
So
had
good.
they had a guy trying to like get a date, and he went to LSU while we were at LSU.
Oh, wow.
And he lived in West Campus.
and he never had a date
Dang.
before. I
And
don't
he
understand.
never had a date before.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
True Life. I've never had a date.
Wow.
And they
I
were
was
trying to get
obsessed
my
with True
guy
Life.
a date. Yeah.
Did he get one?
No, the dating one with
I
the
think he did, yeah.
parents. Like where the parents
Oh,
would like
parental
sit there.
control.
Yeah,
Control.
parental
Parental control.
Yeah, I
Really
liked that
dumb.
one.
The genius of all those shows is they're so stupid, but you kind of want to see who wins at the end.
This one's like a
So
little.
you stick around.
Are y'all old
After them
enough to
Silent
remember
Library.
Singled Out?
I don't
No.
know that one.
Not really.
Gina McCarthy?
That's a little before my time. I feel like
Carmen
that's when they
Electra
were.
is also a host.
Okay,
I know
this,
Carmen Electra.
No, but I might watch this.
this sounds like the same time that they would have been on the beach
Yeah.
during spring break with a bunch of
What
just
is,
like
what is the plot of
dancing
Singled Out?
90s bros.
We'll check out some clips.
What's the plot
Yeah,
of
we'll check
Singled Out?
out. It's a dating show.
Okay.
Gosh, y'all really are.
So
young.
are Carmen Electra and Jenny McCarthy like the host of it, or
No, they had 2 hosts. Chris, I cannot think of Chris's last name. He was the host, and then they were also a host. They were co-hosts. They were part of it. Yeah, at different times, not the same time. At different times. Yeah.
What was the show where they tried to train you to be able to do something? I really liked it. I always associate it with it's I don't know why. I'm gonna have to look it up. Never mind.
I always
It's awful.
thought Silent Library was really funny because
It's a
when
little after my time.
Yeah, it's
I
after
feel.
my
yeah,
time.
when people were like trying not to laugh, it makes me laugh.
the only
that
problem
comes from
I
the
had with Silent Library,
Japanese.
that's a thing me and Alondra grew up with, but it's like they were so loud, no one pays attention, and the one dude's like, huh, and then everybody
Yeah.
like complains. I'm like, you were way louder 5 minutes ago. No one heard you.
Wild
you
and Out.
snicker, and then like everyone reports you.
Me and my wife were
Or that
talking about
wasn't-
Wild and Out yesterday.
I don't think that was on MTV though. Was it?
It
Wild
was,
and Out.
yeah.
It
for a
is
while.
now.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah,
was,
it is.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still going.
We used to
Yeah.
play that like my brother, my cousins, and we put the water in our mouth and see who could like.
I
make
used
each
to
other
like
laugh.
I used to like Yo Mama with Wilmer Valderrama.
Oh yeah, I remember that
It
one.
was exceedingly dumb, but I've
Yeah.
watched
I
plenty
used
of
to,
Yo Mama as
I used to
well.
watch it all the time.
The Wild Now it's crazy. Me and my wife were talking about this yesterday because Nick Cannon has what, like 14 kids?
Yeah, a lot of
Something
them.
like
He's got a
that.
lot of mouths to feed. But I bet you Wild 'N Out just makes like secret stupid money.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's no way. I mean, it's still going on, dude. Still going, and Cannon just still collecting them checks, just going out there and wilding out himself.
Was Real World on MTV? Because I was obsessed.
Yes.
Okay, I can never remember if
Real
it's
World
MTV
is
or
actually
VH1.
probably the best MTV show of all time.
The best,
without a doubt.
ever.
Kind of changed the whole world.
Yeah.
Real World New
I
Orleans
love
was
Real
great.
World. Yeah.
Road Rules was great.
The Seattle one was
I
good,
love
and then
Road
the
Rules.
challenge.
That's where we got Theo, wasn't it? Wasn't Theo on Road Rules?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the challenge was like a spin-off of Real World.
Well, yeah, it used to be, the full thing used to be Real World Road Rules. Oh, gosh, that's say that. Real World Road Rules Challenge, and then it became just the challenge.
Yeah.
And then somewhere out there, like CT and Johnny Bananas are
Yeah,
still
Johnny Bananas is
doing
like
the
still-
challenge.
yeah.
Shout out. And they still look
there was
great.
There was the kid Wes who had the buzz cut.
Yeah, I remember
he
Wes.
was always in
he had
there.
the abs.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
Wes way too well. He's from Arizona State. Don't know why I remember that. He
Wes made an impact on T-Bob.
We used to watch.
Actually, I remember that too.
T-Bob's like, I'll never forget that.
Yeah, he's a Sun Devil.
But that was also the time when, like, in high school and college, like high school especially, we would get together every Tuesday to watch Real World.
Yeah.
That's how bad it we were.
That
on
was
that
my
Real
generation
World
with
grind.
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, I was
feel
about to say, a
like,
couple of buddies of mine on like our freshman football team, we'd watch Jersey Shore.
Get crazy.
In college,
Get
we would
wild.
do that. We would go drink go get drink every Tuesday, watching Snooki and the crew.
Caps, yeah.
Yeah.
I was probably, unfortunately,
CTL.
beginning of college. Me and my wife's relationship could have been, it could have been accurately described as a Ronnie and Sandy situation. Yeah, a lot of fighting early on.
Yeah.
A lot of fighting early on.
Everybody
we found our
has
way.
that. Yeah.
We found our way.
Yeah.
For sure. Who was the girl off the Vegas Real World? That's why am I blanking right now? I love her. She randomly DM'd me a few years ago after the Saints game because she was listening to the post game, and it was like such a moment for me. But I can't remember who it was now. Trishelle, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have nothing to add.
That's it.
Hell yeah,
That's
Trishelle.
it. I think you just wanted to try to flex a little bit that she DM'd you a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't not the point. I
know your games, Bear.
Wherever you are, Trishelle, what up? I hope life's treating you well.
I'm sure we could. Actually, she has a Wikipedia, so we could. Oh, she's from Cutoff.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, dang.
How about it?
Let's
I
get
don't
her on
actually
the
think I
show.
knew that. I thought she was from New Orleans.
No, she's from Cutoff. That's
Look at
what
that,
it
bro.
is.
Legend.
Yeah.
Legend of the game.
She's actually a poker player.
Yeah, I knew that. No, I knew that. She had gotten into being a professional poker player. I didn't know if she was still doing that. And she was doing hosting stuff on air and whatnot. But
Cool.
Yeah.
We should get her on.
Yeah, we should.
It's a guess.
DM her.
Not to brag.
Trishelle Canatella.
Them things are open. The grocery. All right. When we get back, I don't know what that segment was. It was nice,
it was great. It started with Joe.
We were talking of our loves.
Started with Joe, and then it became to forgotten things, and then it.
I mean, we're trying to beat Murphy,
was
Sam, and
that
Jody, aren't we?
show?
Yeah.
This is
What-
the
that's true.
nostalgia.
That is
This
true.
is the nostalgia
That's a very
segment.
Good point.
Yes.
What was
I
that show
cannot
where they
believe y'all
trained
know
you
who
to
Joe
do
is.
something? I gotta remember that. All
Y'all know
right.
Casey and JoJo? We know
No, not
Casey
trained.
and JoJo?
Yeah.
Okay, we know them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always think of
We know Casey.
I always think of JoJo.
It's not the 13-year-old
Yes, the
female singer that
13-year-old
dated
singer.
Freddie Adu.
Yes, yes, that's my JoJo.
Wait, with the red hair?
We're going Casey.
Right?
No, Brown.
The
No,
JoJo
brown
you're
hair.
talking about? Oh.
We're going
I just
Casey
remember
and
laughing
JoJo
because
next.
she was like singing these like deep love songs.
Yeah.
And was literally
Is she the one
13 years old.
in RV with Robin Williams?
Yes.
Get
okay,
out.
yeah.
Look at our guy. Hold the mayo. I know Trishelle. T-Bob, I can link y'all. I mean, bruh, there we go. What's with T-Bob's hat? He looks like he's about to captain a sinking ship of Gen Z sailors.
Yeah,
so
a little
this
bit.
hat,
That is very Gen Z.
I love the logo on it. It says Cosmic Cowboy.
Ooh.
Right? Very
yeah.
trippy and appropriate for what I'm into. It fits a little weird from the front. And I can't quite put my finger on why. It works fine backwards. Fits a little odd from the front, but what are you going to do, dude?
Looks good from the back,
So-
though.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Looks
All
better
these-
going than it does coming.
I am shocked. I did not take you as a enjoyer of the derriere
Hey.
of the finer things in life, Taylor. I'm proud of you. You continue to reveal yourself to me.
Sounds like Taylor's growing on you a little bit.
I am like a
Let's
wart or
relax.
a cyst
Yes,
goes.
yes,
Like it's
exactly.
there, you don't really know how to get rid of it, and then finally you just accept it.
Like the hemorrhoids that I used to get all the
Yes,
time.
Exactly, I get it.
Did y'all watch the OC?
I used to watch it, yeah, in the hills.
Hell yeah, dude.
Never heard
I'm
of
a
the
trash TV. Like, I love trash. Wait, what?
You never heard the
Lauren
TV
Conrad?
show?
The OC? Nope.
Come
wow.
on, man. Come on.
I knew every show you were talking about but that one.
Come on.
Thank you. The show I was thinking of was called Made. Made was awesome.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Made. Remember when they
in
would
the
make?
deep-
Yeah, so you'd
yeah.
be like, I want to be made into this, and they would like train you to do it. And I loved watching people's improvement. Thank you. Also, Robin Big.
Robin Big was awesome.
Shout out to Robin Big. Rip.
Yeah, rest in peace, Big.
Why are you laughing so hard, Taylor?
Yeah, Taylor's laughing and I don't
Murder
know.
Giraffe's comment in the chat.
He said, "Continue to reveal yourself."
T-Bob said.
Have you ever seen the old Alec Baldwin Canteen Boy skit on SNL?
Nope.
I want you to be my canteen boy, Taylor. Come in my sleeping bag. Come lay with me, canteen boy. Let me teach you how to tie a knot.
No, I don't
I like
know
Baldwin.
about tying up. Yeah.
Not on a heater right now.
No.
I was actually talking about this too in the
That's
car
not true.
yesterday with my
I
wife.
heard that Alec Baldwin's pecking that heat.
But okay, it's not Alec Baldwin's fault.
Okay.
Right?
I thought I was the only person that thought. Every time I say it, people think I'm crazy. But
Why do they get so mad? But I mean,
because, and this is a good argument, even if you have the prop master that
Yeah.
should be checking the gun, at the end of the day, yeah, you probably should check a gun before you fire it.
I think it's Alec Baldwin's fault, just because I don't like Alec
I
Baldwin.
mean, I think there's a lot of faults to it, but maybe I would probably double check a gun whenever I grab it to see if it's loaded.
I think that kind of ignores the
But-
fact that there's probably that he's been doing this his whole life.
Right.
He's probably handled it plenty before, and
Right.
that everybody on the movie sets every day are not checking before, except for the most responsible.
I lean more toward not blaming Alec Baldwin,
Yeah.
and I've gotten into some.
Viva la Bam.
Oh,
Yes.
Shout out.
yes.
I hope Bam's doing okay out there. dude.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Shout out
Right.
Don Vito.
I don't know that he is, but I hope that he is.
Yeah.
I don't know where he's at right now.
All right. When we get back,
more of this.
Yeah, we'll see. More
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Coleman Roofing and Construction. We may have been going down memory lane, but I'm so excited here to be partnered with Coleman Roofing and Construction now. Honestly, Coleman's older than everything we just talked about. 41 years they've been in the business at this point, and they are the most complete roofing and construction company in the state. And I mean, complete in a ton of different ways. They cover the entire state and the entire Gulf South region. They have certified installers for any type of roof that you need, terracotta slate, whatever. They do any commercial job, any residential job, regardless of size. And they even do the interior. So if you got like water damage, anything like that, a tree falls your home, they'll rebuild it inside and out. Coleman Roofing and Construction.
I mean, a couple of nights ago, we had some serious rain, and it didn't stop all night long. And so if you had a leak in your home because of it, they can come fix the roof. But like T-Bob said, if you have damage from the water, they can fix that as well. One-stop shop, ColemanRoof.com, ColemanRoof.com.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. the local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call today to answer all of your questions on your metal buildings, roofing and sheet metal, and any other steel needs you or your business need at 225-647-2020.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Look, the Baldwin hole goes deeper than I realize. I thought, I don't know. I'm going to wash my hands of this Pontius Pilate style. A lot of y'all seem to think it was his fault. I don't,
Let Barabbas.
I don't know. Yes, exactly, right. If y'all really want to let Barabbas go, for real? He, killed, okay, whatever, dude. Y'all do you. I think you're kind of tripping, I think you're going a little crazy here. I think you're being a little emotional with this one, letting the known murderer go. But whatever. That's cool, man. Do your thing.
Man, you just stepped all over Craig David. Stepped all over him.
Here, hold on.
There we go.
Is Craig David the most boring R&B name possible?
I know, Craig David.
What?
When he said Craig David.
Oh, from accounting?
I thought
you said Craig David. I started looking in the chat for wait, dude, who's Craig David? That's not a name I recognize.
When he said Craig David, my thought went to Craig Davis, LSU wide receiver, and I was like,
yeah, hell yeah.
I was like, what are you playing Craig Davis for? He goes, no, Craig David.
What's Buster doing now? Bilbo says Bruce Lee's son Brandon Lee died from a live round on set. Well, we were just talking about that. It was a blank, but it was like a piece of the blank, right? Somebody mentioned chatter it was a piece of plastic, which is just awful. Awful. I've never seen The Crow though.
Wait,
is it any good?
I mean, it's a good
Great
movie. It's
Really?
a really good movie.
Good
What's it
cult
about?
classic. Good cult classic.
What's it about?
And that's where Sting got his.
It is a good cult.
Right?
Yeah.
Isn't
So
where
that
Sting got
is
his,
okay. That's what I was
inspiration,
about
right?
to say. Right? Is that I thought that there was some connection to wrestling and Sting and Raven or something. I don't know.
Well, basically, so Brandon Lee was in a band and he was murdered and he came back to life with a vengeance. Him and his fiance
As
were
the
killed.
Crow.
Yeah, as the Crow.
The night before his wedding.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
And then he actually got killed on set.
Actually got killed on set. Yeah.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah. Not great.
I feel like our Valentine's is taking a dark turn.
I mean, it is what it
Because
is.
now I'm thinking about the crocodile hunter getting poked in the heart by a freaking stingray.
Yeah.
After everything he used to do.
Yeah, I'll
Happy
forever have
Valentine's
beef
Day, y'all.
with stingrays.
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all. I hope y'all have a good one. Let's see.
This
Watch
has
The
made
Crow
this has
for
made me
Valentine's Day.
want to create a early 2000s R&B playlist and share it with the group.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
It's all like you said, you've been training for this for years.
For my whole life.
How about this? College football may have a 2-minute warning.
I actually like that.
I
love it. I used to love the 2-minute warning in the NFL, like a good reset. What's the moment? What do we have to do? What do we have to stop? And you knew you could use it as a timeout as well. And so like the team that used it the best, like as a part of the strategy, I always appreciated that.
So yeah, I agree with you. Right? I mean, I think right here I wrote, I don't see why not. When thinking about 2-minute warning college football, because strategically it works out great. It builds a little drama, right, with the commercial break. It gives you an extra timeout to play with. I guess that's just a strategy thing. I didn't know this though. Do y'all know why the 2-minute warning was initially implemented in 1942?
To let you know it was 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'll let you know there's 2 minutes left in the game.
Well, look, I guess we got a bunch of freaking smart guys
in
class here.
It's like warning, only 2 minutes left.
Yeah, so the stadiums didn't keep time back then. So that'd be kind of crazy. You're watching a football game. You have no idea how much time's actually left in the game, and randomly refs like 2 minutes.
So
Like,
if the stadium didn't keep time, how did they know there was only 2 minutes left?
They kept it on the field.
The refs did, you dummy.
How did you say that?
All that? How did you say all of that and then not understand that part of it?
Like I used to imagine extra time in soccer, like before they had, all the clocks, and that's actually just pretty recent.
Yeah.
Like extra time, like you really don't know how much time you had. And so it was like a mad scramble to try to get the ball in every time and to kick the ball forward and try to push. And I kind of wish they didn't know now.
It is, I mean, it's kind of like mental torture a little bit. So 2-minute warning, college football. All right, when we get back, let's go ahead and do Ask the Bench to close out the show.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Look, man, you're going to see the difference clearly when you work with Tommy's. Go to GEAUXTommys.com. It is TOMMYS. GoTommys.com and take advantage of Tommy's 27 years of experience, man. A man who originally hails from the lands of Virginia, came to LSU to play the trumpet in the Golden Band from Tigerland and never left. And now you go look at the massively good reviews. You look at the very strong price point, the incredible customer service. And I tell you every day, make Tommy's one of your 3 bids and let him prove it to you.
Hey, you know who's got the Angie's List Super Service Award in 2016?
Tommy.
What about 17?
Head body.
18?
Tommy.
19?
Tommy.
20?
Tommy.
21?
Tommy.
22?
Tommy.
23?
Tommy.
And they're probably going to get it again in 24.
Tommy.
GoTommys.com is the website. GEAUXTommys.com. GoTommys.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Breck teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. Breck, your #1 park system in the nation.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, Our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona. For years, you've heard me tell you about Insurance Network of Louisiana, helping you find better coverage for less money. But it's not just for your home and auto. They also offer commercial property. So, retail stores, professional offices like doctors, dentists, attorneys, clothing boutiques. Insurance Network of Louisiana can find you better coverage for less money. They service the entire state of Louisiana, and they're local. So call today at 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Yo, Jake here from my friends over at Community Steel Company located in Gonzales, Louisiana. The local place you can turn to for all of your metal building needs. Notice I said local, not Houston, not Dallas, not Atlanta, but right here in Gonzales. Visit them at their brand new state-of-the-art website at communitysteelco.com or pick up the phone and give them a call.
Girl, you know we belong together. All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
We belong together, and you know that I'm right. Why do you play with
Who's this, Jake?
Boyz II Men.
Oh, I thought you said it was...
We were going to go with
Drew Hill.
a random name, but I was like, Alondra's right. We got to close out the show with Boyz II Men.
There you go.
I agree.
First concert I ever went to.
What?
How about this, though? It was in the Hirsch Coliseum in Shreveport. It was New Kids on the Block, but
Ooh.
Boyz II Men opened up for them.
Oh, that's sick.
Didn't know at the time Boyz II Men was going to be. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
They got some juice. And then ended up being bigger than New Kids on the Block, I would say.
How appropriate
so.
here on this Ash Wednesday. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Curse Light, Vizzy Art Tilted, Blue Moon Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. Any new vinyl pickups, Jake? I just got the Dark Knight score. Ooh, nice, murder.
Ooh, that is a hell of a pickup.
That's a good score, yeah.
Actually, my mom just got me a couple of Elvis albums for Christmas, and they took a little bit to get in. They were back ordered, and she just brought them to me a couple weekends ago. So that's my latest, couple Elvis records.
Ask the Bench.
Might go today, though.
Are flowers still expectable on Valentine's Day? Maybe expected, but I like expectable. Are flowers still expectable on Valentine's Day? Absolutely.
I mean,
I think it's a great holiday for flowers.
You need to go get flowers for your significant other, no matter what.
I would encourage that, but like in life in general, I wouldn't say you should expect anything.
That's fair. That's fair. But I mean, it's never going to go wrong for you if you get flowers.
No,
on
I
Valentine's
encourage
Day.
you to get flowers today.
MD Cajun asked the bench, one song you listen to over and over and it doesn't get old.
I have a lot of those.
God, I got too many.
He says It Takes Two by Rob Bass.
Country Boy Can't Survive, Hank Williams Jr.
Said that so aggressively.
You did. Gosh, settle down, bud.
It's a good one.
Gravity by John Mayer.
I think Interstate Love Song by Stone Temple Pilots.
Boyhood by John Batiste.
That's a good one as well.
Look at us. What an eclectic group we are. Grant, do you have an answer?
Here, Grant.
Oh, no.
We got Grant in the
Dude, did you
house.
just mess up the flow, Grant?
I wasn't ready. I don't think I have one.
I mean, we weren't ready either. We heard the
Grant,
question and we answered.
Yeah,
What's a
this is
single
live
song that you
radio.
like? Just name one song that you like.
One song.
Single song.
Just
What is
one,
it?
Grant.
Name a song that you
panicking,
know.
boys.
Do you
Uh-oh.
know
He's
a
trying.
song?
Grant, this is live
Hey,
radio.
just name a song.
It's
A
one song.
Any song.
Name an artist.
My heart will go on. Just
Anything, Grant. Anything.
First thing that comes to your brain.
I actually, the first song I thought of was "Smooth" by Santana.
There you go.
That's a great song.
Okay.
Great
Yeah.
choice.
There
Good
you
song.
go. Smooth's a jam.
It is.
Yeah.
Black Magic Woman is too.
Santana was playing at the Mandalay Bay while
I
I was there.
love Santana. He's my favorite.
Yeah, it's great.
Ask the
And top
bench.
10 Mexicans.
Should I see?
Santana is a top 10 Mexican?
Yeah.
You
Wait.
saying that's bad?
Are you hating on- are you hating on Santana?
Santana's definitely top 10
Bro, have you
Mexican.
heard West Side Story?
I have. Just
Black
saying,
Magic
like,
Woman.
Wow.
quick to put him in your top 10.
I don't not see where Taylor's coming from.
Name a better Mexican than Santana. Name me 9 Mexicans better than Santana right now.
I would think we could probably name 9
we could
Mexicans.
probably name 9.
Better than Santana?
I would
Danny Cardenas.
I would think.
Well, yeah, Danny was in our.
Danny.
No, he was in our top
Definitely
5.
No, Danny is not even top 100.
We love you, Danny.
T-Bob
doesn't apparently.
Should I
Me
see,
for sure.
Should I see Turning Red or Madam Web?
I don't know
today?
what that is.
Madam Web.
I watched a little bit of Turning Red. It's aight.
It's aight. Madam Web could be really bad.
Madam
I
Web
don't
does
know.
not look very
Nah, it doesn't
good,
look great.
but we'll see. Ask the bench. Have you ever made a choice that you regret once you thought about it, like taking a weekday off for no reason and leaving your foxhole guys behind?
Yeah, you're not bought in.
Yes,
I think
and that's why we're not in the top 5.
I mean, yesterday, Friday missing the box, like that's the non-foxhole move.
Right.
Although you got to be a foxhole for your brother,
Yeah,
I get it.
That's a bummer. That's just a big bummer of a move. I regret sending those pictures to Taylor. I did not enjoy the classes they made me take after that.
Yeah.
Ask the bench, crawfish pie or meat pie?
Crawfish. Actually, I like meat pie
Meat
too.
pie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Give me a
I was about to say
318 meat pie.
You got too much.
Natchitoches
You got
meat
too much
pie.
Natchitoches in you to say crawfish pie.
It's got to
too.
be. If you hadn't had a Natchitoches meat pie, like that, the only reason anyone would say crawfish pie, they hadn't had a Natchitoches one.
They're both
Which is the
fantastic.
wildest way to spell Natchitoches.
Natchitoches.
Wow, look at that.
Got it.
The only
It's like
thing better than that-
nachioches.
It does look like nachioches.
Yeah.
The only thing better than a Natchitoches meat pie is what?
I don't like where this is.
Yeah,
I don't like where this is going. I
You
think
can
I
probably
know,
guess.
but I'm not going to say it.
I don't know if I can is the thing.
The thing that's undefeated?
Yeah, it's a Bossier cream pie. Ask the bench. When you go
I just went ahead and said
when
it
you go
anyway.
to the Bossier,
I didn't know what city you were going. I was like, I know what he's going to say.
Bossier.
I don't know why Bossier got stuck in my head and I just couldn't escape it. Ask the bench. Did you go to the box on Friday?
Yeah.
What's your have-to-have stadium food?
Hot dog. Give me the
Pretzel.
glizzy. Give me all the glizzies.
Hey now.
Pretzel.
Speaking of. Yeah, hot dog. Hot dog. I'm a basic boy. Pretzels are great too, though.
What do you put on your hot dog?
Pretzels can be
Mustard.
really bad,
Just
though.
mustard?
Just mustard.
And hot dogs can be
Yeah.
bad, but like
Jake
pretzels.
and I are on the same page.
I'm a chili cheese hot dog type
Yeah,
of person. I
now
like
we
the
talking
chili
then.
cheese
Wiener
dogs.
Schnitzel.
Hell yeah.
Me and Steve Ensminger are keeping Wiener Schnitzel open.
Wiener
Are
Schnitzel's
you the
good.
ones? I was wondering.
Did y'all know there are actually turkey dogs at Wiener Schnitzel?
I didn't know that.
I did not. Hey, Boudin King Cake, really good.
Really good.
actually.
City Pork has a
really,
good
really
one.
good.
Yeah, it's boudin and king cake. Of course it is.
Y'all have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It was a humid day. Barefoot children play, looking for that sun.